Hey everyone, welcome back to Evindale and tonight's episode of Branching Out, where a little lone Leshy, just a small guy,
Just a little guy.
has to take on the big old world. Hi baby.
Hi, I don't see you in distance
You,
photo.
you will. There you go. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Alrighty. Hey, everyone. Erin has a really cool go. Oh, shit. Of Sleeping Bears, man. You are fucking incredible. Can we get I need a shout out for Sleeping Bears.
I'll do
You got it? Thank you, honey.
that. Yeah.
Of Sleeping Bears is just fucking Christ. Erin just showed me what you put out there on Threads, and it was... Thank you.
So nice.
It's so validating. It is so good. Alrighty, so we've got a little catch up to do. Are you well informed enough about the prior sessions to discuss that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, if you can do that for me, that'll be good.
Okay, so we finally met the Zoroili Riders. We came back after the time travel episode into the yurt with the older woman, and she kind of like showed us the way towards their village. And I put it in quotes because it's not physically there. Kind of. It is. There's stuff there so that everybody knows that they're there. But everyone's floating around and wishing stuff into existence.
Yeah, that's
and
really weird.
And exchanging with memory currency and and so she
I'm gonna shut your door so my sound doesn't leak into your mic. Hold on.
Yes, thank you. Give it a second. I love you. Oh, we're just a bunch of fucking nerds today. Nerds in love. Ew, in love. Okay, so we Morty and I got some food, some imaginary food, and we talked to a merchant who was dealing in little baubles and vials of memories, and in exchange for any information about the last seat of the first Leshy, or just the history of from here to there, the older woman came up and gave one of her thousands of memories of her dancing, and it was very sweet. So after that, she beckoned Bramble back into the yurt and explained that the Zoroili Riders were displaced at one point by the dream speakers in the country to the northeast, and Gelpalom.
Gelpalom, yeah.
And then they took their land back, and the dream speakers went back to Gelpalom. But it was a tumultuous time, and they consider them enemies. However, knowing this, she also knows that I have to go there to get more information towards the greater good of finding the hidden sanctum.
The greater good.
Yeah. So, because everybody sort of understands what's going on with the human encroachment from the west. So, she says that I have to go east first to face something, and there's she alludes to like a storm, a bunch of wind, and then Bramble goes off and faces the storm, and a bunch of vines, like chain vines, and realizes that the storm and the chains that are holding her down are just her own insecurities. And it turned into a whole like overcoming obstacles of yourself. And she came out on the other side, and that's where we are.
Yeah, that's exactly where you are. I can show you exactly on the map. Let us go over there real quick. So here is the path that you have taken thus far, just to catch everyone up to where we are. You started over here in Willowbark Thicket, and then made your journey all around this area, going so far as going down, facing spiders, facing the Krill Galal, coming up, discovering human incursion had taken over this lakeside village. Bandit camps had been set up. Then you came to Thicket Home in order to seek the elders of your area, your own native land, Tearful Brig. Many of them did not believe in anything that you were talking about. They understand that humans or not humans. I mean, it's everyone, honestly. It's elves and dwarves and all those that are way down to the southwest as their empires grow. The very wall of nature continually gets pushed back. Well,
Yeah.
you did meet one of their kind initially, a ranger. Gave you a trinket that put you on your journey. But later, you were also told about someone else by the name of Avianth, who, upon a windtop home inside of an old tree, you learned about something called the Hidden Sanctum, which is where the last seed of the first Leshy ever, an artifact that is rumored to bring balance back to this world, whatever that may mean, we don't know, could be found. Avianth then pointed you in the direction of all the way up here into Daithglum. Now, this umbral kingdom of Daithglum, not a lot is really known about it, but you are now here in Gilplome after all, well, almost there, after all of that journey across the Azorili Riders and encountering so much. We now find you in this little, just on the outskirts. This is where your that tumultuous episode, the last episode, highly emotional episode, took place, and you now are sitting on the shores of this area. Are you ready to go in? Do you have any questions before we venture forward?
Are we using Foundry?
Not necessarily. It all depends on it depends on what you're doing. I pretty much have a map for everything. So
okay, perfect. I'm gonna pull up Hero Lab instead for my character sheet.
Absolutely, yeah, that should be absolutely fine. In the meantime, are you ready?
That's all I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bramble, sitting down by the sea. Whoa, sitting down by the sea with Mortimer. You found yourself looking out. Mortimer, during this time, has been incredibly nervous about crossing water. The last time you guys did, it was a slight river. There was stuff in it that wanted him dead. It was a mist monster. He didn't really appreciate that, and he almost died. But you had also turned into a shark, and he gripped the back of you, only to be paralyzed by this mist monster permanently on the back of you, until finally you made it across to the distant shore and came back, instilling a good sense of fear. Mortimer, meanwhile, for you, is your mount, your friend, and a trusted companion. He is apparently your best friend. Mortimer is also a six-legged basilisk who's just learned how not to turn people into, well, let's say stone so that he can eat them.
I thought he was 8 legs.
8. He does have 8 legs. Yeah.
I was like, what happened in the storm?
No, sorry. Yeah, he is. That's right. Yeah, basilisks have 8 legs, 4 on either side. So that is a thing. But here you are, looking out over the sea. In your journeys, you did find out that this is known as the Apormean Sea, Apormean Sea, and some distance across is Gilplome. What'd you like to do, and how are you going to do it?
All right, Morty, we gotta cross this somehow.
I mean, you could turn into something again, and then, turn me into something with wings, and then I could just fly over, and that'd be a lot easier, because this whole... And he looks out over the expanse. It's rather lengthy. We're looking at 53.7 miles.
Well, by my estimation, it's about 53.7 miles.
That's a really keen observation. It's almost like you almost got it on the spot. It's almost like there's a map of the measuring tool on it.
Yeah, it was weird. When I became a shark, I suddenly had really great depth perception when it came to water.
Depth perception? You mean it's 53.7 miles down?
Yeah, it's really deep. Anyways,
just never want to go to thalassophobia is a new friend of mine. I just
who's she?
I love her though. I don't know.
So here's the thing. I can't turn you into anything. I honestly, I don't think I can. Can I turn you into something?
So as you look down at your spells, or as you look down to the ground and try to figure out what's going on, you turn back around and Morty is just like already 50 feet away, heading back west, back into the Troily Riderland territory.
No, Morty. Listen,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be funny? So I'm looking at my journal now where all my spells are.
Yeah.
And I can't turn you into something, but I could turn into a snake. Would you feel better if we were both kind of the same thing? Maybe a water snake? I could teach you to swim as a snake. No, shark probably, right?
Yeah. Shark. I can't get on the back of a snake. Last time I tried doing that, well, poor snake.
No. Okay. That snake
He
is
lifts
probably
up
grapple
like
now.
he lifts up his feet, looks down the bottom of them. Yeah, not there anymore.
Okay. Well, listen, I could turn into a shark and we could do what we did at the river. It's just gonna be a lot longer. I promise I won't go down like deep or anything. I'm just gonna stay on the surface so that you won't have to like.
Yeah, it's not so
your
much
feet
you, it's
wet.
the mist monsters that and he looks out and you can, I mean, you're looking down over the sea, right? You have to go down some hills and whatnot in order to get down there. The sea is, you can make out kinda what might be land across the way.
Yeah, that's probably land, right?
What do you mean probably? Wait a minute. Whoa. And he like starts backing up a little bit. He's already 50 feet away and he's just like, "Ah, what do you hold on. What do you mean probably?
When I said probably, what I meant was I absolve myself of any consequences if I'm wrong.
Do you?
But I'm sure it's fine. It's land, of course. I'm a druid. I know these things. Nordaga wouldn't let me down.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Well, how long can you be a shark for?
So here's the thing. I just looked at that.
Yeah.
A minute. So never mind. We should try to find a boat.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should become. I'm thinking we should learn our spells better in advance. So
I've only done this once. All right, I know everything there is to know about Tanglefoot.
yeah.
But,
So
yeah, animal form's a little new.
and just as an FYI, I just took a look. There's not a chance. You don't see any land. It's just open sea in front of you.
Yeah, cool.
At a distance of 50 some odd miles, there's nope. You cannot see land on the other side.
Perfect. Druid intuition. There's land eventually.
There's something dry. Piece of dirt somewhere. All right.
Should we find a boat maybe?
He comes back over and it's just like, it's odd seeing him move. It kind of moves a little bit like a millipede when he's moving slow. And it's just this odd gait. It's incredibly smooth, needs to say. And he kind of like slithers over. Only not slithers. It's kind of like a Zora. But he's got 8 of them. He goes over, which I love Zora. And goes straight. It's like that Mandalorian episode. You have to see this.
Yeah.
With the frog lady.
Yeah, the frog lady.
And
exactly.
to run,
That's
she's
kind
just
of
like,
your-
I was like, oh my
That's
god.
kind of what I imagine Zora with, but like Komodo dragon style.
Just this very wide splayed stance. Anyway, he comes over and he cranes his long neck to look out over it. And he's kind of like a football shaped head. And he's just kind of like looking. He goes, yeah, you know, it's pretty funny.
What's that?
There's a lot of fucking water and no boats. And he's like, he doesn't see anything. And you guys are looking around and it's just like, I don't think this, is there a way that we can maybe like go north up along shore? Maybe we'll come across some friendly people who view 8-legged basilisks like me and just like me for what they see and not for what you gotta help
For
me
who you
here,
are.
Druid.
Like, yeah, I mean, I if they spend any time with you, I'm sure they're gonna love you. They're not gonna let you leave.
Yeah, you know what's even funnier? How do you say what's the name of this place? Zoroily Rider. How do you say hello in Zoroily?
Hello?
I'll give you a hint. That's not it.
What is it?
Exactly my point. We don't speak their fucking language. How are we going to get across the sea? How are we? We're going to come over to them. I'm going to be like, blah, blah, blah. They're going to just look at me and just take a dream dagger or whatever the fuck they got, and they're going to run me through. I don't want to die. I almost died. I was swimming in air before. I just want to point that out. I'm not comfortable with this process.
Morty. Look at me. I'm harmlessly cute. We got this.
Get out of the pencil's cheeks. All right, fine.
So cute.
he like sits down on his rear four legs. The second pair just kind of hanging out on the ground, and the other two like this. Fine. All right.
Excellent.
Hop on.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
And he slinks his way down a cliffside, fairly easily. Manages to get down to the shoreline. There's a couple of points there where you have to stop. The journey's long. You end up traveling for like a day or 5. Not really. It's more like, hold on, let me see.
A day or 5.
A day or 5, yeah. You end up traveling over land for a portion of it. Get back down to the shoreline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are a couple places. You end up traveling for a total of 3 days before you're actually able to discover anybody with a boat. There are plenty, however, of docks and other things. But the boats that are there have been like long since sunk in the water. Others have been rendered to just useless planks up on a beach. Tons of driftwood are all around. But it does take about 3 days before you guys go anywhere. Is there anything that you would like to do during that time?
I think I'm good with my spells, so I'm gonna stick with those.
Okay.
So I think I'm okay.
Until finally, you do manage to come across what seems to be, in the distance, a fishing village. And there's some... First off, the temperatures are getting a little bit cooler. It's chilly. You're looking at around 50 or so degrees Fahrenheit. Who the hell talks in Fahrenheit anymore? Hold on.
I do.
Well, yeah. It's about 10 degrees Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit, and this is during the day on the shoreline. And with that wind coming up, it's a thing. There's a couple points there where at night, thankfully you're able to find, a good place in order to hang out from the wind. Setting up camp, fires, not a problem. You guys make it through. When you finally see the fishing village, however, yeah. See those sticks hanging out of the water?
Yeah.
I think those are sails, masts. You see how they're all kind of going like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they're, what do you call it when you pull a boat into like a dock and just a dock area, whatever that is. I think they park their boats.
Yeah.
Well, you park a wagon, right? So I guess you park a boat.
I guess. I mean,
well,
I don't know. I'm landlocked where I come from, so I have no idea.
I don't know. I live in caves.
I'll say it with our whole chest.
Do you want to? Well, you go talk to them with your whole chest. I'm gonna hang out over here, way off in the distance. They'll be able to see me, but I'm gonna be out of like throw's reach, if you get what I mean, because they've got things that they can throw, and why don't you go and you go talk with them in whatever language you do.
I don't know if they're gonna know my language, and I can't guarantee your safety if you're not with me.
I can't guarantee their safety if I'm with them.
That's fair. I forgot that we were in a magical land a couple days ago where you couldn't turn things into stone for a while. But
Right.
now you probably can.
He like looks around. Let me see something. Whoops. Yeah, sure. So as the waves come up, there's like this nice little tide pool, and he comes over to it and he like looks down. You can see like a little baby crab, just kind of.
Oh, a baby crab! No.
And he's like, "Ugh!" And all you see is the crab kind of go and kind of drift down. And go, cool. And he's like, he reaches down with his claws. And he's like, pops it in like popcorn. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah. So it's, what? What?
Okay, no more juvenile food, okay?
That's not juvenile food. That's the best food I've had in 3 days. You realized 2 days ago when we were going over that major rock that I kept looking at you like, oh, you're made out of meat. That's no.
But I'm not.
Well, plants are meat to vegetarians. I don't know. Look, anyway, the point is that I'm hungry and baby crab. Nom 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 nom, baby crab nom nom no.
Morty, you need a nap. All right, you stay behind.
I'm gonna curl up.
I don't want to know about your baby crab escapades.
He looks further out. I'm gonna curl up. You go talk to them. I'll be right back. And he's like, goes out, and you can see like about 60 feet out a shark. You see a fin,
gosh.
and he's like, I'll be here. I'll be over here. Bye.
Okay, you have fun. You have fun.
Yeah, sharky. And he goes off. Hail hydrate. Death 25. Hello.
Hello.
Alrighty.
Okay. I kind of reshuffle my backpack and I'm like, Barbara, at least you're here with me, right? Barbara. Oh my gosh. That is the second time you did that to me in 2 days.
And your little thistle Leshy pops out of the backpack, kind of looking at you and looking out over the sea, and you can see like the little thistle thorns in the back of Barbara's head, just kind of like blowing in the nice little sea breeze. It's a beautiful sight.
You look adorable. Do you want to walk? You want to get out of the... You want to go for a walk?
It's like hops out of the backpack, goes down on the ground. It's like scurry. And then swoosh, waves come in. And you see... No,
come back.
And they come back and all you see is like a...
I'm gonna put her on the other side of me so that she doesn't get. We're gonna move. We're gonna take a 5 foot step.
You take a spot. All right, cool. So you take a step over there, not a problem. And she's just like, it's like water goes flying everywhere. So do a couple of thorns, and she's and then she just begins prancing down the way like a little thistle Leshy would, whatever that means. And, and she's like, and then the shoreline wave comes up, and she kind of like, it's like skitters away from it, backs up against a rock, and then it comes out as it washes back out. And so it is until you finally hit the very deadly, poisonous, horrific fishing village ahead.
Awesome. I'm going to.
You didn't hear anything I just said, did you? Okay.
I did hear it, and I'm moving past it.
Okay. That's fine.
Because I am banked on finding a boat. I need to.
Yes.
I will do whatever it takes to find a boat.
Not a problem. So you end up getting a little bit closer to it, I'm sure. And then as you come walking up, can you describe what you look like during these days?
Oh goodness gracious! What are my hit points right now? She's probably, the trees that are like post-hurricane trees, and it's just like stripped of like several leaves and loose branches.
Oh yeah.
Like
absolutely.
Really bad haircut. That's Bramble. Like she's got like slices in her hat and like her succulent little barrette thing, like some little leaves on that were just completely off, and her vines are probably like
Just like it's just not good. All right.
yeah, exactly. So she's not having a great time, but
Okay.
she's still harmlessly cute.
All right, not a problem.
So I'm gonna go with, is it kind of like, is it bustling with people, or is it kind of
Well, you do see several docks that are out there. Amongst them, there's several workers are out, and they seem to be pulling large nets that are squirming on the sides off of very large boats onto docks, and you see many of them like reaching in with buckets and putting them into wheeled barrows or what have you, and then wheeling them back up. The fishing industry over here does actually seem rather nice. It's going. Interestingly, not only do you see some Zroili folk, which you've seen, most of them appear. Hey, thank you. Whoa, wait a second.
Thanks, Constable Gamer. Is a raid.
Hey, Constable Gamer. Hi. What's up, Joe? Hey, buddy. Hello.
Thanks,
Yeah, you come up along this coastal fishing village. There are enough people in there. There's more gulls than there are people. But the workers that are there, absolutely. And there's mostly humans. You do notice a couple of people that have a slightly more pale skin tone, darker hair than what you've seen so far. They almost look completely washed out, but otherwise completely normal. Hey, Joe.
Can I do like academia lore to see if I recall in my writings or recordings any like the groups of people that would be around?
Yeah, give me a recall knowledge society.
Fuck yeah. I don't know if I could do recall knowledge on Hero Lab. Hold on. Play.
I'll bring up Foundry if that's easier for you.
It might be because this is a little hard to.
No problem. Well, you know where your skills are. It's on the main sheet, and then if you just go down. Oh, you don't see it down there? The recall knowledge on the sheet?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'll bring that up for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Assuming that you get something out of it. Well, hold on. You can roll. What's your?
I could roll academia lore.
Yeah, go ahead. Give that a shot.
Okay, cool. Got that. A 17.
Okay, hold on for 1 second. Foundry is coming up. 17. You kind of get, you take a look at them and you're kind of like almost want to look off to the east across the sea, and you're realizing that I wonder if they come from Gilpalom.
Oh.
You seem to remember something about the people from Gilpalom. And they don't look like normal. Remind you, or remember, the last thing you saw about anything having to do with Gilpalom was in some kind of like a fever dream vision or something along those lines that was given to you. And it was when you were back in the ruins way across on the other side of the country several days ago. And you were just coming out of the mountains and you came into these ruins. And you began to learn about this particular hero of the Zroili riders, Zara. And there you saw people in the distance who had come in. And they didn't quite look like this, but you see some people here that might, in fact, be people who have an ancestry from further east.
Okay. I'm going to approach anybody that looks like they're taking a little bit of a break.
Not a single one of them are doing that.
I'm going to talk to the person who looks like they're in charge.
They all look pretty. I mean, this is everything that you've learned about this royally. There's, everyone has a place.
Okay.
Yeah, remember
I'm
that?
gonna talk to the closest one.
There you go. Yeah. So you see, you see a female of the species, hefting heavy loads up on the dock and then handing it off to fellow workers and what have you.
Okay. I'm gonna speak in Every. Hello.
And you see a couple of people, they turn around, they're like, some of them, like their hands completely calloused from handling like saltwater nets. They're like, take a look over and you see one person just kind of like drop what they were doing and put their hand on their waist dagger.
No. I'm friendly. Some might say harmlessly cute. I'm Bramble.
Give me a diplomacy check. What does harmlessly cute actually give you, by the way?
It gives me a bonus. Hold on one sec. Harmlessly cute. Gain a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative checks when I roll deception for initiative. Gives me nothing.
Right, exactly. So keep that in mind. So give me a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
And now keep in mind, with diplomacy check, in order to make an impression, you do kind of need to talk with them for 1 minute. So you can be rolling this with misfortune.
Oh, okay.
Foundry is up, by the way.
There.
Foundry's up, by the way.
Huh?
Foundry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Foundry's up.
Yep. Foundry's up.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hate that. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going into Foundry. Hold on.
Are you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fucking hate audio ducking in Discord. I hate
I'm so
it.
sorry.
It's not you. Not you.
Oh,
Like,
man.
I just
We were being so polite to each other, and it still was like...
I know. It's like every other game on this channel is just like, yeah, so I'm getting up to... No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, really. Just... This is why we want a studio. Sit around a table, a bunch of friends drinking beer.
I know.
This way we have a real reason to not be able to hear each other because we're fucking drunk. Anyway.
Okay, I got it. Ready? I'm going to roll misfortune. Yay! What is it?
Oh, it's not all that bad.
Oh, it's still a 21. Beautiful.
That's also academia lore.
That's what... Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we're rolling
this-
diplomacy now.
Diplomacy.
Yes.
Oh, it's still a +10.
There you go.
Shit, I only rolled once. Let me roll one more time.
Okay.
That's 24.
24. So with your newfound confidence and ability to roll dice, you see them and they when you speak after a couple seconds, they're kind of like, and the hand that was heading towards the dagger just kind of like hooks a thumb into a belt instead. The majority of these people are wearing like long sleeve clothing, but most of it is like rolled up, kind of like my sleeves currently, just to get out of the way of the water. But their tunics are loose, held in by a long belt, keyhole necks, trousers that are a little bit billowy in the thigh area, and then just come down a little bit narrow around the calves. Their footwear, a combination of sandals and other leather things. Most of the people working on the docks are all wearing sandals, and with good reason. But on all of their clothing lies the crust of saltwater air.
That was awesome. So do you speak Every? Anybody?
A couple of people start like looking around, and they're like, they don't know what to do. And
maybe
then you
Sylvan?
you see somebody. Yeah, so you switch to Sylvan.
Yeah.
And you see a couple people, they start coming in, and like somebody's got a root veggie, and they're kind of like munching on that as they listen to you.
Druid, maybe Druidic. They switched to Druidic.
And you see like a whole bunch of faces kind of go, what is that awful sound coming out of this creature? It sounds like the creaking of branches and ancient lore.
Oh, Do I know any other languages? Sylvan. Shit. What other languages do I know? Common. Elven. Elven.
And somebody like pushes through, and you can hear, I speak the elven tongue. And
Wonderful.
it appears to be a half-elf.
Oh. Hello. I'm Bramble Clove from Tearful Brag. How are you?
Nods. In a typical Zoroily fashion, just nods.
Are you do you have one of these vessels? Are you all going back east or northeast?
His eyes grow a little wide. We have no plans to go east or northeast into that land.
Well, listen, here's the short of the long of it. I am part of the Circle of the Verdant Dawn, and I am looking for the last seed of the first Leshy. I have to go to Deathgloam, and I probably won't make it. However, I would love to seize the opportunity to have a chance, so to speak. So I'm tasked to going to Gelpalom to find more information on how to reach the Hidden Sanctum. And I need a boat because I can do animal form and be a shark, but a minute out, I will turn back into a Leshy and my basilisk mount and I will drown. Don't worry about it. He's way back there.
His eyes kind of got wide at that whole bit.
He's okay. He's eating a shark right now. It's all right. Anyways, I would love the opportunity to maybe trade for passage northeast or maybe borrow a boat. Maybe write something down like an IOU. This is all so that the people of the West stop encroaching on our lands to the east. You understand if you're from here. Hopefully.
He kind of like, this is a lot of information. I think you would like to buy a boat? Or do you want to be on a how can we help you? And do you have any coin?
Let me check if I have any coin. I had a dream coin the other day, and I don't think that's there anymore.
Stops and looks at you. What are you doing in Zoroily territory? And he kind of steps forward, and other people start breaking off and start going back to work.
So, I was there because I was west before, and I happened to kind of wander that way to go north. I'm trying to get to Deathgloam, as I already said before, and that just happened to be on the way.
Well, this is interesting. Well, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try to put in a word for you. How did you come across this coin?
So I time traveled a little bit and came back, and one of the I guess magic elder women showed me around the village, and I had a coin in my bag that my thistle familiar, where is over there, Barbara. That's Barbara. Barbara, get out of the water. No, come back.
And then prances up on shore and dives back in as soon as the waves like disappear or recede.
She's having fun. All right. Well, anyways, that's Barbara, and she found it in my bag. I have no idea how it got there. I know that sounds kind of strange.
Do you have it on you?
I don't know. Actually, I never checked. I'm gonna check my bag and see if the silk is there and the coin.
All of it is there.
The fruit?
It's all there.
Well, wouldn't you know? I guess this is part of the jurisdiction of dream abilities. Here you go. Here it is. It's the coin.
He takes a look at it, and like you're holding it out, and if you hold on, and he disappears back. Like about 10 minutes pass by.
Oh God! I look over at Barbara and I'm like,
but yeah, Barbara's just like playing around in the water, and you can see, first off, the Zroili Rider territory is not exactly rain-filled. It's kind of dry. And Barbara's just been getting smaller and smaller all throughout this time. It's a Leshy. There's not a lot of things that, you kind of need some of the water stuff. So Barbara, like, comes back, and it's at one point, it's just like... And you can see, like, the thistle is just, like, like in it, shaking the head, and it's like water's going everywhere. And Barbara comes out and just like struts over, completely rehydrated. But you can also see like the salt crust beginning to form everywhere.
She's got like frost tips, like sugar.
Yeah, frosted tips, yes.
Every morning there's a
oh yeah, so that's the thing. About like about 10 minutes later or so, he comes back. So the coin, well, it will buy you passage onto an island a little bit farther away.
Brilliant.
Well, maybe it's not going to get you there. But at least you will arrive someplace a little bit closer to your destination. However, for the same amount, they are willing to just let you purchase an old rowboat, which will be extremely dangerous. But at least it's
if you don't mind me asking, what is on that island that will grant me passage potentially to the other side?
Nothing.
Okay, so I think I'd much prefer the rowboat.
All right then, and he said, "Follow me." People part, and like a couple of people, like all you see are like long legs all around you, and then a couple of them kind of like one person damn near runs you over, and then like looks down and like, and then just continues moving, and they don't know what to make of you.
I say hello in every single language, like over and over. Hello, hello, hello.
All of a sudden, it turns into the opening of Cabaret. Welcome and bienvenue. And
I was thinking Book of Mormon.
Oh, that's right. Hello.
My name is Mr. Bramble.
So, wow, we just showed our generational differences.
You about Nordaga, goddess of nature.
Somebody clip this, please.
It's so stupid.
Fuck. All right, so
Jesus. Okay.
you wind up on the other side. You wind up on the other side of the fishing village, and sure enough, there's like an old rowboat. Of course, it's upside down up on the thing, and like there's two oars. One is like cracked. It's split right down, and there's like metal wire going around, just like holding the damn thing together. But the rowboat is actually sizable. It could probably carry about 5 people in it. But the person you were talking to, the half elf, walks over to another Zroili and is saying something to him in their native tongue. Looks beyond, sees you, looks at the coin, takes it, flips the boat over, and like pushes it out a little bit. Takes the oars, put it into the oar holes, and like puts the oars on resting on a back bench, and indicates.
Thank you. I'm gonna look back at the half elf. So I'm gonna go back and invite my mount to come through. He's a basilisk. He's not gonna hurt anybody, but I need him with me. So if it's okay, he won't look at anybody, I promise. And he's just gonna come over into the boat, and we're gonna be on our way.
I do not recommend this course of action.
I'm sorry, why?
I don't have enough time to tell everyone here that your basilisk is friendly.
But then he'll be stuck here and he might die.
Basilisk? Like turn people to stone basilisk? Like many
Yes, but
teeth,
I gave
8 legs basilisk?
Yeah, but I gave him goggles and he doesn't really do that anymore.
You have a goggle wearing basilisk?
Well, yeah, it's actually a lot better than before. He was wearing a dead owlbear's head for a while, but
Wait, he's killed owlbears?
no, I did. Well, he did too. We both did. Not on purpose. I don't want to kill anything. For a while, I was pretty good with that, but circumstances kind of changed. But yeah, yeah.
So now, all right. So you, all right. Well, follow me, and he starts heading back into the village, getting a couple of other people with him. Raffle, you're awesome. Thank you. 2 drama nerds being so super cute. So, thank you. So, yeah, he starts going back and he like stops off at at the woman who was lifting things up before. Says something to her, and she turns around and like says something back, and he starts walking away with you. So they're going to tell everyone else to clear the way, but first they have to unload the boat. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'd like to meet your friend. And you can see, like, he kind of glances up. So the fishing village comes down, okay? And then, eases into the water like any other fishing village, okay? Outside of the fishing village, the land gives rise. Again, of course it does. It starts heading further inland. However, down by the shoreline, there's like a cross-section view. Here's the water. Here's the beach. And there's a good amount of land there. And then it just kind of goes like that into like a butte. I think that's what it's called. I think. And so you're kind of like walking along with an earthen wall off on your right-hand side now that you're heading down south.
Perfect.
So,
it's like the hills in Broadchurch.
Yes, I guess. I guess. In escarpment, butte. I don't know. Anyway, so you're going down the way, and he kind of like looks up on top, and you can see like somebody is up there with like a horseman's crossbow.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yikes. Hopefully he doesn't need to do anything, right? Am I right? Oh boy. Anyways, just up here, he's fine. Morty, what's he doing? I'm like really nervous.
Okay, yeah, sure. So you get back over there, and it's a lovely scene. There's I don't know, maybe an 11-foot long shark that is not moving at all. And all you see is a lump of Morty's back just on the other side. You don't see any other part of him. The back of the shark, the dorsal fin is like facing you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to turn around to the half elf. Just give me a second, because
he looks horrified. He looks horrified.
Yeah, it's really weird the first couple times. So basically what happens is he turns a thing to stone, and then as he eats it, his saliva turns it back to meat, and that's how he eats. But it has to be stone first. But it's okay. He's not going to hurt you. He's in the middle of eating. And
that's my shark. I'm joking. Come on, let's go.
Oh my gosh. All right. Maybe not do that. We're not even on a first name basis yet.
So he starts walking along with you.
Okay. I would love to know your name now, though, please. I'm Bramble.
Mm.
Okay. All right, Morty, don't look.
Morty like pops his head up. Huh?
Don't
he's
look.
like-
Don't look.
The
Don't
guy
look.
like stops for a second and immediately like looks away.
I brought a friend who wants to meet you.
What language are you speaking in Morty's, whatever the tongue is? Virial, probably, between you two.
Yeah, Virial. Yeah. I
Morty-
brought a friend.
Morty like stops, and at first all he saw was his eyes just kind of go "Brrrt," like pop up over the shark stuff. Like here's the dorsal fin poking out, and his little head comes up just for a second, and then it slowly comes up, like looks around. Let me see something. What's the guy up on the cliff doing with the crossbow aimed at me?
He will probably shoot you if you accidentally kill him, so be very careful not to look at him.
Oh, gee, that's a nice welcoming party. Do they speak this language? Do you speak this language? And the guy's like, ah!
No, no, we gotta be slow, kind, light.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, good thing it's +10. Good thing it's a 15.
Is it 15?
Yeah.
So you start doing that, and the half elf's like, it gestures up and like, lowers it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up at the half elf. He's a little jumpy when he's eating. Anyways, this is, what's your name again? I'm gonna give, okay. Jason.
Sure.
Jason. This
Sure.
is Jason.
JSON.
JSON. Oh, okay. Emphasis on the S. Jason.
Jason.
Jason. Thank you. Okay, this is Jason. JSON. This is Mortimer. And I'm like speaking two languages here.
And Morty's head just kind of comes up and goes, all right, that's cool. And then it goes back down, and you just see like the shark again not moving, and all you hear is the crunching of rock.
So Jason wanted to meet you to see if you were okay to come back through, so you can come with me. However, if you're he's afraid of water. If you are,
What?
if you want, yeah, it's really weird. So if you want to maybe stay here, perhaps, I don't know, do you have any like enemies around, that like animals that need like, that hunts your chickens that Mortimer can hunt at night? I'm thinking maybe there could be an arrangement if you want to stay, Morty, where you can protect the fishing village while I'm gone, so that they know not to kill you and you know not to eat them, and then I can go over there to Joplum and them back, and it'll be perfect. Unless if you want to come with me, otherwise you could do that too.
Sorry, were you talking to me? Because I'm digesting. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a lot of. Gotta look at the meat. There's lots of meat here, and can we go get the boat, bring it back here? Maybe, so Arrow Boy doesn't like go killing me or anything.
I guess I don't see why not. It'll take me a bit, because I imagine you want to stay here. I have to come back down here with the boat by myself.
It just said disappears.
Okay. So, Jason, how would you feel about having a watchdog here for a little bit while I am gone? And then when I come back, hopefully you're all here. And, yeah, it'll be, how's that little arrangement, maybe?
No.
That was a joke, like the shark friend. The pet earlier.
No. You have your boat.
Okay, no.
You have your boat.
So Morty can come too.
I can't guarantee what the village is going to do.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna bring the boat here. I think I could do that. I think I can manage it. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for not shooting my friend. Morty, you stay here. I'll bring the boat back to you.
Okay.
And just so you know, I don't know if you have any casters just on in your village, but I'm going to have to probably make myself bigger or different so that I could bring the boat down here. Just to let everybody know, I might be a bear.
He actually laughs for a moment, and he just turns his back on you, starts walking towards the village, like waves behind you. All right, it's fine. Come on.
Okay, wonderful.
He's like shaking his head the entire distance back to the village. And by this time, a couple of other people see him, and they kind of like start spreading apart a little bit. And he's like, he says something to him, he's like waving his hand in a dismissive fashion, and they're kind of like, oh, all right, and they go about their business again.
All right, Morty, I'll be back. You stay here.
You're
Don't
well
go
out of
anywhere.
earshot. He's in the you guys are back in the village.
Oh, I follow. Oh, okay. I walked with him. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you
great.
finally get back over to the boat. Not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. I'm turning into a bear now.
And literally no one is looking at you.
Great. I'm gonna turn into a bear.
Okay. Now everyone looks at you, and you see a couple of people like they kind of sit back or stand back for a moment, and you see like weapons get drawn, and then they realize they're watching a bear literally get into a fucking rowboat, sit down. You hear the creak, like the creaking of the wood under the weight. And then you just pick up the oars. And like, do you have anything like akin to a sailing lore or what have you?
No.
Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. Can you give me a? Can you please kindly give me a? Let's see. Yeah, give me a Recall Knowledge Society now. Now that you can do that.
Okay. Recall knowledge system. I mean, I've got lore master lore.
Okay, that'll work.
Oh, great, because that's 8 points higher. Hold on.
Okay, I'll do it.
I would love that.
Sure.
I read a book about sailing once.
Fuck.
It was boring.
All right. What's your roll?
17.
17. All right. So you knew to it like while everyone's looking at you, you kind of push the boat off, and then you get in. The whole thing goes. It's like the draft of it just like sinks by about a foot or so. You get in there. The whole thing is creaking under your weight. This is bad. Until finally you manage to figure out a way. Oh, that's right. You don't go forward in this, or you kind of turn around. You figure it out, and then you end up going backwards. And it's a bear in a rowboat going past a tribal fishing village. Can we please, dear God, someone draw that, please?
I just have a feeling like I could just picture him the bear like slowly spinning in a circle.
It's just going around as you kind of figure it all out. And you see people like the picturesque scene of like one kid a fish half eaten, just kind of like hanging out of his mouth while he watches this whole scene. So.
And in the distance,
fuck.
there's a little mommy and daddy crab that are crying for the loss of their baby.
With a little lost, the little baby that Morty ate. Oh man! So when you finally get back, how long? How long is your shape change for?
Oh, 1 minute.
That's cool. And so about a minute in the way, about a minute down the way, you realize, it's like your arms are just, it's a big ass rowboat. Give me a strength check, please.
Yeah. Would it be, we don't have strength here.
Oh, sorry. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics.
Yeah, I have to remember.
Yeah.
Not 5e.
Forgot. That is a 24.
Oh,
I'm strong.
fuck. Yeah, you buckle in, man.
My vines come out and they like wrap around the oars.
You're swole. So,
Yeah.
so you take your feet down and your vines like go up against into the gunnel until finally you're like, huh? You grab the oars, you get the oar handles, and then you just start doing. You come across the shark is now it's there. It's very clearly missing an entire middle section, but you can also see that a very large bite had been taken out of, or Morty. He's got a giant fucking bite on his side. And he seems to be doing okay. You all right?
I'm getting my blanket. I'm cold.
Oh, cool. It's
cool. It is. It's not cool. It's cold.
No, I like it. It's method acting because you guys are heading into the northern climes, so that kind of works.
Ooh.
So anyway, so you make it back. Morty's like looking at the boat and you. And it's like, I can't believe you. I can't believe you actually pulled that off. You actually got yourself a. And I need to go. He like sits for a second. He's got a little bit of a pot belly. Okay, that's fuck. I suppose I have to go with you now, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that was the plan, right?
I mean, was it though? For real?
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I'm feeling pretty good about this rowing situation, so I don't mind taking it for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, what am I gonna do with the? And he's got 4 claws and like opposable thumbs. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
I think he does.
He's got 8 of them.
He does have 8 of them. Hold on. I'm gonna look to see how the.
I'm gonna turn off the air.
Okay, I want to see what the basilisk in Pathfinder, what the claws look like. I think they are. Oh, they're 3-toed. Are they 3-toed? I believe so. Hold on, I'm looking.
Oh.
Don't care about your logo. Don't care about that. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it's 3-toed, black taloned, and they look like venom on crack. So
beautiful.
Yeah, they're just not a pretty picture. Morty is a little bit different. Morty's less creature of nightmare. So he's got a ridge of like crimson color, brick colored scales that go down his back, and his whole color is kind of bluish green. Now that we're kind of getting an idea on it, he has a long tongue that kind of slithers out every now and then, like licks his eyeball, because that's what he do. That's what he do. That's what he do. And he has teeth that go from like here all the way around a football shaped head. And then eyes on either side in predatory fashion. They're in the front. He's like, yeah, so if you want me to. Okay. All right.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
It like wash it. He's very clearly, he has like salt marks up into his knees and on like the lower portion of his belly. He's like looking back at the shark and he's like, hold on for a second. He goes back. He grabs a couple of like cheekfuls of stuff and just kind of like and like spews rocks into the boat.
Nice.
And then like gets a snacks. Need the snacks.
Yeah, of course.
So
of course.
He's like, all right, Captain, give me a. He's sitting in the boat, and you can see he's going to be a wise ass at first. So he kind of like sits in the bow, and he's facing you. Okay, and no, hold on. No, if he's sitting in the bow, he's facing your back. If you're rowing, and he's like, all right, come on, let's do this. And then you see him beginning to recline a little bit, and as he does, because he's fucking 13 feet long with the tail, it's like the boat just kind of like shifts a little bit, and he just goes. The claws start digging into the wood on either side, and he's like, and he's like immediately doubles back over, folds down, and just goes flat again. He's like,
yeah, that'll work.
You start rowing out.
Don't move to no sudden movements. Take a nap.
You see every now and then his head over the journey just kind of like goes over to the side, and it's like chunks of meat. It's just, and he like
Oh,
slinks
boy.
back
All right,
down.
buddy.
He's not doing well at all. I rolled a 2 for like a
Oh.
fortitude save. He's not
Yeah.
doing well. So either way, give me an athletics check if you don't mind. Let's see if we can do this.
Don't mind.
Thank you.
Now that I went suddenly from cold to warm, so now I'm yawning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I also rolled a 2. I got a 12.
So the additional weight kind of causes the boat to, well, I mean, it's fine. It actually holds its water a little bit easier. It's not swaying back and forth because now you have 13 feet of ballast down near the keel. So you're okay. And start making your way across. The seas the sea itself is fairly easy. It's fine. There's not too much of a problem going out there. It's when you lose track of land that you don't exactly know where you are. Give me a survival check.
Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, that's a plus 11. Yeah, 25.
25.
Yes.
Wow, okay. So you find yourself out there. You're doing fairly well. The wind has picked up necessarily. Water all around you as far as you can see. There's a slight
Bless you. Bless you. Oh, is that real?
Yeah, that was real.
I thought it was Morty.
No, that was me.
Oh, bless you.
Okay.
Oh no. Fortitude save. What'd you get?
5.
Don't throw up.
What? And it's just like it was shark meat everywhere. Thank you,
Shark
KJ.
meat. Ooh-ha-ha.
Shark meat. Hoo-ha. So name that movie, folks. Name that movie. We had to watch that last night. We made that reference. Anyway, what was your survival?
At 25.
You're out there. It's easy. Yes, Finding Nemo. It's easy. You seem to be going at a really slow pace. You don't know how much you're going. I'm going to roll for Morty real quick. Because invariably he's going to need to take over just due to fatigue.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get... Where the fuck is Mortimer? There's Morty.
There's no knowing where we're going.
Yeah, and then the lights start, and that's when Morty goes back down. Nope. Hold on for a second. Let me get a where's this stuff and things? Inventory, effects, notes. Yeah, fuck it. I guess it's just gonna be this. Let's see. Oh shit. So he's watching everything that you're doing, and he just kind of like sits there for a second, and his head is just moving, and you can see his cheeks get full for a second, and then he swallows and they go back down. He's not doing well until finally you start showing signs of giving up, because it's just strength. You've been going at it for now some time. You're pushing yourself hard. You have an idea of how much distance you've managed to cross, but it's not fantastic, and you know you have something like 55 fucking miles to go in a rowboat. So with that, Morty just was like, I'll see if I could take over for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. You good, buddy? You've been kind of like emptying the contents.
There's like there's a small pool of sludge in the bottom, and you know he like you put the oars on deck, and he just kind of like comes up, and he kind of like slinks into it, and you see like 3 claws like kind of come out, reorient the oars, And he like turns to face the proper way behind, so he's, you know, going in the right direction. He goes, just tell me which way to go. Just tell me which way to go. Do you sit in the aft at this point? You sit in the rear? You're looking at him? Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, just tell me where to go. And he's like kind of pushing the oar. He's trying to find a way that he can kind of see where he's going. He has no effing clue. So he kind of hops up on the bench at first, okay? And he grabs the oars. And then he kind of like, he's trying to figure out exactly how these things work. He's never done this before. He puts them in the water, and then what's his strength? Yeah, it's fucking +4. And he goes, and it's like immediately the boat like lurches backwards. And he's like, and then he pushes, and the oars come out of the water. And he's just trying to do all sorts of things. Then he finally flips around and is now facing you. The majority of his body is in the bow of the boat. He has two, he kind of like his pot belly is now resting on the bench. The other two claws are like kind of digging into the bench, giving him stability. His tail is like over the bow. It's just kind of like lolling about. And now he's just like with claws rowing a boat. I've never thought I would ever GM a game where a basilisk is in a rowboat with a leshy.
And a bear.
Are you a bear now?
No, but at one point I was a bear.
Yeah, and a bear, yeah. So that's the thing. Well, once he gets the hang of it, he's actually doing fairly well. He got a 22 for a strength check. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, not horrible. What do you want to do during this time to assist in, well, time passing?
Oh, 99 bottles of memories on the wall, 99 bottles of memories, take one down, pass it around, 98 bottles of memories on the wall, 98 bottles of memories on the wall.
He's like, God, stop it, dear God, stop it. And he's like, he like about 10 minutes of awkward silence passes. I hate you.
It's a good song, right? It's fun.
67 bottles of memories on the wall. I hate it. What is it?
67 bottles of memories on the wall. It's a
right.
Swirly Riders song. Like there's a kid that was singing it.
So
when we were at the village.
Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The speed of a boat. The speed of a boat. Let me just make sure here. Yep. Oh, that's perfect. Rowboat is cool. All right. And then let me see this. This is, wow. All right. Let's see how this works. Okay. That's cool. And then, whoops. Let me do that. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted. Come on, you. Nope, that's not it.
You're doing great.
Thank you. I'm trying here. I'm trying. There we are. Okay. May I have... We are headed into day... Okay, we're getting there. It's now the 27th of High Sun. About 5 days have passed since you made the 3-day trek up north to the fishing village. You're now about on the morning of the 6th of day 6. Morning of day 6. I'm going to need from you, if I may, 20. Wow. Hold on. Holy shit. I'm doing the math. How long is this going to take you? Cool. May I please have 6 survival checks?
Yes. How many of these? Yeah. Roll. 1, 2, 3. Oh god. Oh, that's actually not terrible. I've got a plus 11, so it's not too bad.
No, you're actually doing remarkably well. I'm writing them down as you. Oof. Okay. All right, so you got a 13, 14, 28, 21, 12, and 14. You're doing extremely well. Let me just...
Sweet.
Huh?
I said sweet.
Oh, yeah. So let me see here. Cool. You can use that untrained. Are you trained in survival, by the way?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I am.
You are. Okay. Cool. In which case, are you just trained or are you an expert?
I'm trained.
You're trained. Okay, cool.
I'm not an expert in anything, which is weird. I don't know when that starts happening.
When you decide to put points into it.
How do you do that?
Oh, you say you get points as you level up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. All right. So you have 13, 14, 28, 21, 12, and 14. So this is going to be day 3. This is day 2. This is day 1. Alrighty. You started out yesterday. Last night, you guys passed out in the boat. It was a rough day. You did a lot of land travel, etc. Do you have any water on you?
That's a good question. Let's see what my inventory says. I think I have a water skin. Pretty sure.
Maybe
I have. What's in my backpack? No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Water skin. Yep.
You do? Okay, good. So at least you have that.
Yes.
Tell me, is rumbling, do you have any rations on you?
Ooh, I do have rations.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Then you're going to be just fine. All right, you have water, you have food, you're okay. You're also soaking in the sun. Morty's looking a little crispy. He doesn't have any of that, but he does have meat, which he has been eating. Let me just double check. 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not horrific. By the end of it, he's ravenous. However, you held out over day 1. You did extremely well, critting on day 2. Day 3 is beginning to wear on you. Which way did you want to head?
Northeast-ish.
Northeast. Okay. So let me see where we are on the map for that. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. So you were here. Okay, and you no, that's not the one that I wanted. Wrong tool. We wanted this. You wanted to head northeast, so you figure this is about 12 miles away from this island here. And it's, let's see, let me come back to my measurement. You figure that's about 59 miles straight across.
Okay.
Okay. So if you were going northeast, you're probably looking at 67 miles or so. That's going to be about 3.5 days.
Okay.
You're okay with that?
Yeah. I would like to be where there's like, I don't really necessarily want to be alone. It might be safer to be where there's civilization, so.
How would you know where to go?
I think I would look for lights on the shore at nighttime.
Give me a perception check, please.
Fuck yeah.
Let's see what you got.
$23.
Shit. Okay, let me...
Yeah, I think Bramble's like, she at least has a baseline for how, like, the evils of man, but if it's like being by herself,
Okay.
any creatures can be, she doesn't know what they are like.
Okay. Okay. There is at one point that you think that you saw some lights. You get your bearings, you take a look out on the horizon. So let's take a look at this real quick and see exactly how far you've gotten so far. A rowboat has a movement speed of 20, which is to say that you can move 16 miles in a single day. Okay. So we're going to say, because you've been rolling stellar on the survival, you're able to get a pretty good idea of where you are. Okay. So this is your first leg right here.
Okay.
All right. And then on the second leg, you come down to about 32 or so. At this point, this is second day. By the end of the third day, these are heading about over to here. And give me a survival check for the third day. Let's see how much on target you are.
Did you want me to tell you the third roll or give you another one?
Oh, of the survival. That's right. That you didn't roll. That's right. That was and that's your crit. So that was day 2. So the second one, this is a 12. Roll a d8 for me.
Okay. 5.
5. So it's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5.
Okay.
So you end up coming back a little bit. You do get a little bit on the loss side. Your 14 ends up correcting some of that. You come on back to about here. Okay. That's day 3. Morty fucked that one up. And you were sleeping. Let me have another one.
The next one on that was oh wait, no, it's not.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
hold on.
I got your 12 and your 14. That's I got your 6 for 3 days. Give me another one.
Nat 20, 31.
31.
Yeah, I got a nat 20.
Morty, I need to figure it out. That's about when you start getting the idea that, oh, okay, yeah, you should be able to figure out where you are. That is going to get you about to here, and with an extra push, how much more is it? It's not so horrible. It's about another 6 miles or so outside of that. But here's your 16. You finally do, we'll say, at the end of a very arduous journey, you do manage to make your way back to a land in the distance. Now, before I tell you anything, do you want to take a quick 5 minutes?
Yeah, what a Klondike bar.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, go get me one. All right, guys, give us about 5 minutes. We'll be right back. right, guys, we are back. So let's hop into the action. But first, XP Guild, thank you so much. Hello.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. Alrighty. Well, you have managed. Oh, you watching part of Branching Out episode 14. You had to
Then
go.
I had to go.
Oh, now you have to catch up on all the stories. Well, I'll tell you what. Since you are here, and maybe there. What's that? And you're eating? Okay, cool. I'll tell you because we just this brilliant one over here bought Klondike bars, and well, I mean, yeah, if you have them, you just kind of need to eat them. So I will give you a brief rundown of everything that has been pretty much happening over here. Let me do this. Hold on. Do this. Let's get the music up. There we are. Bramble Thorn, a little Leshy out there in the big old world, comes from a little place by the name of Willowbark Thicket in the country of Tearful Brake. Bramble was a little bit of an outlier within this incredibly natural community filled with arboreals and Leshy and Fae. Fully understanding, after having done some research as an archivist, a self-professed title, and pretty much a like an absolute bookworm, in a place that does not have marks of civilization that we would come to understand, Bramble stood out, but also understood the dangers that mortals were posing against the natural world. After all, this is the third Age of Evindale, and as such, the boundaries of the empires of the mortal races have already been encroaching in on the lands of, well, everywhere. Our story starts here in Willowbark Thicket, but the real problems all started down here and simply began to grow. Well, Bramble decided to take matters into their own hand and started a journey marked by our little red line here. Coming over here into Golden Oak, had first come across a Fae, a sylph, if you will, that had kind of given him a little bit of shit. Came down here into a Henge of Time, then across a Heart Cave where a book was found. But all this while, Bramble, having been given a trinket by a human ranger of all things, is now beginning to follow dreams and portents of something, receiving messages through these dreams, until finally Bramble makes it down here to the Circle of the Verdant Dawn, where Bramble conveys her mission, and the Circle says, we absolutely agree, this is something that must take place. Do us a favor, go get us this particular flower. And she does, coming down here, fighting an incredibly large spider by the name, or kind of doing battle with two beings of a realm of shadow, it seems. Odd. And then hands the heads of these two shadow-type goblin-esque things over to this incredibly large spider by the name of Severus, who then gives Bramble a flower to take back to the Circle of the Verdant Dawn. Having proven her worth, Bramble is then welcomed into the Circle and is tasked with continuing the mission, which is something that Bramble was going to do anyway. But they now give her some additional information that there is somewhere out to the east, at least according to lore, a being by the name of Avianth. Who this person is, we don't know, but we believe that the artifact that you are looking for that could bring peace back to the natural world, stop wars and other things, at least according to rumor, is something called the last seed of the first Leshy. Bramble, now having received confirmation that others have also heard of this, begins traveling east through the Whispering Clove and a Veiled Oracle, an entrance to forgotten catacombs, had come across something known as the Band Slate, crossed over some hills and mountains, and came into what seemed to have been a hobgoblin pass, and about to be stomped on by a fucking hill giant, some dude drops out of the sky, superhero style, lands, whisks Bramble up, and start flying away after hearing Bramble's story about this. There is an exchange of information, and then through this person who comes to introduce themselves as Avianth, Bramble now comes to learn that everything that the Circle of the Verdant Dawn had told Bramble about this individual Avianth appears to be true. Avianth is a mortal, just like many of those who are encroaching on these natural realms, but one who was cursed a long time ago to protect this thing called the Ethereal Codex, which contains a lot of the information that Bramble had been looking for. Tests having been proven, Avianth then says, hey, go do this for me, etc. Bramble then gains entrance to this thing, and the contents of the Ethereal Codex are revealed, demonstrating that this thing called the last seed of the first Leshy is in a far-off place known as Daithglom, a land of shadow. Now, Bramble exits Avianth, says goodbye, and comes down in here where she meets additional fae from the area, including one that's like, I'm a whisper wizard! And then continues forward until finally she meets a fearful creature who comes to be known as Mortimer. He's a basilisk and doesn't actually want to kill anybody. The two of them are now befriended, head off to the north. We're in a lakeside village where what exactly happened? Mortimer couldn't enter. That's right. Mortimer couldn't enter the village, stayed behind. Bramble then goes off after realizing that the lakeside village has been pretty much ransacked, and this is an awful, awful thing. And already we're beginning to see evidence of human incursion into this area. Goes off and takes care of them inside of this bandit camp. Ends up returning to the village to find that the village itself is like ready to kill this thing that they just found, Morty. Oh no, that's right. Morty stayed behind. You went to the village, took care of the bandit camp. When you came back, the villagers were all up in arms. And there was Morty in the middle of this whole pitchfork and torch scene. And several of them now completely petrified. You hopped on Morty's back, and you guys ended up galloping out of there until finally you came back into the capital of your own country by the name of Thickethome. It was here that you really tried to impress upon the elders of this country that there are dangers out there, that there's a bandit camp, and that there's human empires and this and the other thing. None except for one wants to assist you, and even then, he kind of did so on the sly. Well, he pointed you toward the northeast, confirming that the information that you received about Daithglom are true, and actually assisted you a little bit. After a small adventure in something that you came to know as the Moonflower Grove, you then crossed over this river and came into the Poltdora Pass. You knew that you wanted to continue east into the plains of the Zoroli Riders, but you didn't really know much about them. And this marked the end of Bramble's comforts in her own land. Since then, Bramble has been pretty much crossing into foreign territory, and then coming into the pass. This is when you found out that there was a little bit of a past about the Zoroli Riders, that they were not natives to this land, or at least they were. They were the people that had come to settle into this from far down to the southwest, but then had been chased out, and then they escaped, and then they came back to their own homeland in order to reclaim it. Well, they did reclaim it with one person leading them, one by the name of Zara. Zara, you then found an artifact of Zara's, an old star that was missing a stone and other things like that. And you decide to continue your journey to the northeast. Originally, it was to go to a place that you knew existed, which was Dorith Kell, which is essentially the capital or the center of the Zoroli Riders here in the north. Well, before you even got there, though, you realized that there was a yurt in the middle of it all. And prior to that, you encountered some weird ethereal and astral energies and more. This is when you found out that the barren lands, or at least it would seem barren, the Zoroli Riders, this massive territory, it's not that it's filled with horse-riding people and nomadic tribes. No, it's filled with riders of planes of existence. And with a little bit of assistance, you then made it all the way over here to claim your own triumph, a proof, a test, if you will. The Zoroli Riders wanted you to succeed, or at least this old lady, Cirrus, if you will, until finally you arrived at this place. And this is where we then picked up tonight's adventure, where you then traveled 3 days to the northwest, came across a fishing village, bargained, traded off a coin which you found during your astroplanal travels and what have you, and now have been in a boat. This is where Mortimer started rowing and got a little bit lost. You then changed things, and now here you are, heading over to what you believe is a village. Still about a mile out or so.
Well done.
Thank you.
XP Guild says, dude, thank you, Steve. That was awesome. And I shall say, I like you a lot.
No worries. You were so very welcome. So, yeah, and by the way, after every game, we also have we love chatting with the chat, so feel free to stick around for a little bit. We're probably going to play for like another hour and a half or so feel free to hang around if you so choose. Or you can watch the VODs here or on YouTube. In fact, go follow on YouTube. It's /Evindale. Go follow over there. Go subscribe, hit that button. And the bell if you want to follow. All right, anyway.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Hey, I'm Steve from Evindale. Welcome back. Ugh.
No.
Anyway.
No.
I'm so sorry. Having said that.
Yes.
As you approach the shores of Gilles Palom, there's a palpable sense of dread that comes over you. It's like a shroud of mist that's clinging to your very soul. The area that you're coming into once had the gentle lapping of the waves, now sounds like mournful whispers, and you can see a village here, or at least one that used to exist. Stone walls here and there, livestock down to the bone, making noise out of an attempt to find food somewhere. There are tales of sorrow being told on the wind here, and the air colder, and a dense fog rolling in from the seashore. It obscures your vision for the most part, making the world around you distant and dreamlike. When you step up on the sandy beach, your feet sink in slowly, and each step feeling heavier than the last. And even then, the sand beneath your feet seems oddly cold. And the village ahead, just judging by the buildings that you can make out through the mist, which is beginning to subside the further you get inland. You can tell was once a bustling hub of life, but now it's just still and abandoned. And the structures, though still standing, some of them anyway, seem to bear the scars of some past horror. Windows, you see glass windows. The architecture itself has a little bit of a maritime flair to it, but we're not talking in a fishing village fashion. We're looking at things that's decorated with various things, shells and what have you, fishing nets here and there. But even then, the architecture comes sweeping up and in some places curls over in finials on the ends of buildings, as if to suggest a past that came from an aqua nature. But all of this silent and abandoned, as I said. The windows are shattered and doors over there, they all hang ajar, remnants of daily life scattered about. Frozen, all of it. No people. But what evidence there was that life was here is now frozen in a moment of sheer terror. I don't like the looks of this. At all.
I don't either. We could try going north a little on the shoreline, but I'm afraid that our boat's gonna get all fucked up. It's like, this seemed brackish, and
He goes back over to the shore and quite easily flips the boat and puts the oars under it and pulls the whole of it up on shore itself. It's not going to go anywhere.
I guess we'll stop and ask for directions.
From who? And he's beginning to look around, and you can see that though it's kind of nightmare-ish here, he's looking out into the fog. And you begin to see, as the mist rolls across his head, you see moving in the mist itself illuminated by his eyes. A purplish, creepy glow that you've seen in use before. Stay behind me. I don't know what's going to happen if something pops out.
Okay.
He starts moving forward, ever careful, going deeper into the village, and as the mist, though it is lightening up, something is there to take its place. You can feel it. It's palpable. It creeps into your skin. It presses down on you. The air itself is simply thick with dread. And though the only light in this area right now is cast down by the 2 moons above, every single shadow seems to dance and shift as if it's hiding some unspeakable horror just out of sight. A wall over there, standing in silence, broken only by the distant cries of some unseen creature, mournful wails that echo through the fog. You finally arrive in a nice open area, one selected by Morty so you can better see what's going on rather than potentially being ambushed around you.
Mm-hmm.
The scene of horror unfolds as the mists clear. You can see the ground is stained with an age-old blood that no rain can ever wash away. And in the center of it all, a gnarled tree, branches twisted and contorted into various grotesque shapes. Tied to the tree are what appears to be the remnants of villagers. Skulls now mainly, bones gathered down around it, but several rib cages and tenacious attempts at ligaments to hold it all together. Give me a medicine check.
Okay. As soon as she finishes shitting her pants. Oh no, that's a 14.
Unable to tell how long it's been, you realize that what meat there was on these people has long since been pecked off, chewed off, scraped off, or outright eaten off of their bones, except for a few individuals whose faces have been frozen and at time expressions of just sheer terror. The skin drawn taut over their skull. Sockets long since void of anything to see. But you can almost tell that there's a plead of life through jaws that have been left agape. Something came through here and blighted the entire area. Your natural instincts, nature with a capital N, call out to reach down to Nordaga, that deity, that facet of the creator deity Scythia, the one Nordaga who oversees the natural world. You tap into it as a druid and just for a brief moment, see if you could get something out of it. Was there undead here, an anathema to Nordaga? No. This was not the work of undead. This was the work of something else. And it wasn't of the natural world. Or at least, you're not getting the sense of a corrupted nature acting out. Instead, you get the sense of corrupted nature, period. You see plants, withered, blackened. The ground is cracked, caked, and dry. Even though...
Like moonflower?
What's that?
Are the withered plants, do they look like the moonflowers?
No, they are not. No, it's
not
tufts of grass over here, some underbrush over there. No moonflowers.
Right, but is it the same kind of death as the withered moonflowers?
Perhaps.
Okay.
If the description matches, you can draw that conclusion if you so choose, but I can neither confirm nor deny. You can give me a nature check. Maybe that'll help you.
Okay. Oh, 29.
You're unsure. What was the cause of the withering in the Moonflower Grove?
I think it was void. Was it the void thing in the middle?
Mm-hmm. So you remember that. While the symptoms and signs of whatever it is that is plaguing this village do seem similar, you notice that this place is much worse.
Oh.
There's nothing around here that seems alive. Everything looks like the life has simply been sucked out of it. You can see the remnants of bright colored paint on buildings, but everything is now muted and gray, and a sense of hopelessness is in the air, as if emanating from the corpses still tied to the tree. This place used to be filled with life and laughter. You could see, like, things hanging around. A wind chime that once gave away sounds of, just judging by it, thin metal tubes hanging down, probably dangled lightly in a breeze, now make no sound, as there's only one there and nothing to bump up against. This place used to have people that found a vibrancy in life, maybe laughed. Something consumed them. Stand there. Morty, you can see as the fog rolls past Morty's face, the lights grow dim for a second, and his head turns on its long neck and he looks back at you. This place is... it's not welcoming. You sure you got us there? Is this where they're supposed to... Where are we?
I think we're in Gel Palom, and I'm supposed to be talking to people, dream speakers, but I don't know if these were the dream speakers. I don't know what killed these people. Hold on a second. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Oh, sure. Yeah. As you go to try to summon up that energy to do that, how much time are you spending on it? Spending a bit, I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a bit. It's I don't know what exactly how long it takes, but it's a 30-foot emanation. I want to do it by the tree.
Okay. Yeah, not a problem. You go to cast it. You kind of center it on the tree. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. So you lay it down. And scintillating colors appear all over the place. Auras begin to evolve out of shadows until finally that all begins to subside and only a few things manage to continue glowing around you. But for the most part, nothing.
That's weird. I assumed that there would be magical dealings here. This seems really bad, but there's nothing. So what took all of, for not to sound uncouth, but what took all of the meat off of these bones?
I don't know. I don't know at all. I'm not finding this particularly helpful. All right. He takes a series of short breaths into his nostrils and kind of like flicks his head as if he can crack his neck a little bit. Seems to toughen up a little. Give me a second. I'll be just over there. And he kind of gestures with one of his claws. And you can hear the tinkling of like his black talons down on the stone pavement of the central square area. And he disappears for a second. Then you can kind of hear him moving around and from a little ways away, he's kind of like, all right, we got some stuff around here, a little bit.
Ooh. Okay. Marco.
Polo. Polo, hold on. Wait a second. Oh, that's nasty. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go over here. All right, hold on. I'm gonna come back to you.
Oh, there we are.
And he comes back. This whole place is destroyed. Something took it out. I don't see any meat anywhere else, though. Seems like whatever did it was efficient.
I hate to do this, but I'm feeling a little empty-handed ever since I lost my brilliant dagger. Do you think that they'll mind if I take one from them? I don't know, do they even have any weapons on them?
You take a look and you don't see any weapons on them. But you know what? Give me a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, I'm so nervous.
What'd you get?
20, dirty 20.
Okay. You start taking a look around. You find one of the bodies still tied to the tree. The barest minimum of like the clothing's a little bit unlike, well, actually very much unlike what you saw back at the Riders. Here in Jill Palome, it's you're looking at a leather belt, still holding something up, like that used to be their pants. Mm-hmm. That is still on the body, the one with the skin drawn taut. And there you can see, like, there is a dagger in a sheath behind them. So you do get something.
I'm sorry.
And the head just kind of lolls off to one side. You can hear the snapping of the leather that used to be skin from behind the neck, and the creak as the leather slowly tears and gives way, until finally a sickening pop of a bone, and then a hollow sound of a skull covered in leather hits the ground and cracks a little bit. And then you can see some go like skitter out from the skull and disappear into the mists.
Oh, that's what happens when I take a weapon from a dead man. Oh, that was bad. Okay, we're good. We're good. I can't get that sound out of my head. I think we're okay. Okay. Should we... Is the whole country like this? I don't know. What time is it even? Because it seems like it's in the middle of the night.
You look up, and while you did get here at just as dusk had already hit, you came in. One of the major reasons why you were able to see lights. Mm-hmm. You don't see any lights.
Oh, okay. That just clicked. Hey, Morty, I just thought of something. Remember when we saw the lights on our way in, and now all of a sudden we don't see any lights?
Yeah, I kind of remember, or something like that. Yeah.
You don't think we're in like a different plane of existence?
No, I wouldn't say that we're in a different plane of existence. I would say that we are in hell. Yeah. That's what I would say. Can we turn around now and go back home? I'll just go through the water. I don't mind swimming.
No. We have to find more information about Daithglom, and somewhere around here are people who know this.
Okay. All right.
Let's make a deal.
He keeps looking over to his right into the mist from the direction that he came from.
What are you thinking?
All right, come with me. And he turns, and again his talons go clickety-clack against the flagstone center where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You follow him into this little area, a building immediately off to the left, the shadows even darker in there than the night surrounding you. Just on the other side of a low-lying wall that still stands, you can see what appears to be an old shrine of some kind. It bears very clear signs of desecration. This used to be an altar of some kind. Hard to tell what, though. Can you give me a religion check, please?
I can try. Ooh, nat 20. I got a 23.
Fantastic. You can see that there is a scratched out sigil in the center of this table. This used to be an altar, but it was converted from a table. It has seen weather. It had been completely oiled and is black wood. That is what will happen to oiled wood, particularly linseed oil left out in the sun. It will simply turn black. With that, you can see that there has been a large symbol that used to be ornate, and it was inscribed in the table itself. It's a little bit difficult initially to find out what it was. It's since been scratched out, and I mean scraped along with a sharp object. Taking a look at the symbols, give me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
At some point, Morty, while 13 feet long, he's not exactly, he's kind of maybe 3 feet tall at the shoulder, but he still needs to look up onto things. And his talons come up on the table, and so we can peek up onto it. And it looks like his talons could have made some of that scraping into it. Now, of course, it wasn't him. These marks are long old. It's since rained and more, and this is now, and those grooves are just as black as any of the surrounding wood. But the underlying symbol, the one that you see that had been completely scratched out, well, that I'll draw for you.
Okay.
And then, because you made your check, I'll tell you exactly what you see. That is what you have. However, it has since been completely scratched off. You identify it as the symbol of Rishadel, the dreamer, the one of 1,000 mouths. In this realm, a deity of dreams and messenger of deities.
But why is the symbol of Rishladel scratched out?
Rishla who?
The god of dreams, I guess.
But you may want to. Do you have a torch, by the way? Anything gonna burn away some of the? Can you make the fire thing happen? The red flower.
I can. I do have a torch. Yes, I have a torch. I can use that.
Yeah, and then you go, and you light it lights up, and there's you can see the shadows slink back into the darkness just on the periphery. And as your eyes adjust to what is around you, things become a little bit clearer. Morty steps forward, a claw asking you to come forward and follow him.
Mm-hmm.
You step up to a wall of the hut, and here you can see hastily painted mural depicting creatures that seem to come up, emerging from what appears to be a crack in the ground. Shadowy figures, and then you see people running, all of them being consumed by these things.
Morty, remember how you said we're in hell?
Yeah. Don't confirm that. Some things are just best left unknown. Okay. Best.
I think what got these people is from hell.
No. We're not doing the hell thing here. What is hell? What is hell exactly, if you don't mind my asking? Hell. It's it's a place, right? It's nice people. Yeah, picnics with good stone meat. Yeah, good hard. Oh, look, Bramble. I mean, I love you and all, kid, but we gotta go. This place is simply, it's just not right.
Okay. So what do? We just leave?
I figured that we go back to the boat. Yeah, kind of skirt along the coastline. Try not to go out into the water. The water, water with the capital, whatever letter that is, and then go from there and kind of leave this place behind. We should forget about. Oh God.
Yeah. No. I agree. I agree. I don't like it here. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. No. This is bad. Besides, who knows what came out of that circle over there, right?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go north. Maybe the mist is clear and it'll be fine.
Give me a survival check with misfortune.
With what?
Misfortune.
Misfortune. What? At 13. Those were low rolls.
You start heading back to the dock. Your foot kicks something. See a tool down on the ground. The tool side of it, one aspect of it, we'll say it's a hammer, covered in a very dark brown liquid that has refused to give way, since dried up and cracked. And then over there, a carved wooden toy. Clean, but nonetheless, there. You see toys abandoned. And then you don't remember grass on the way up here from the docks. And you don't really remember that which looks like a stall where kind of that large creature was back at the human village. Where they keep, I don't know, whatever. You don't remember seeing a stall, but now you do, and that's over there. And over here, there's some grass. And he's like, oh, yeah, this is what I saw. I thought we were going back to the docks, Bramble.
I thought we were too.
Oh, great, we're fucking lost. I can't see dick in this fog.
I have the torch.
And you hold the torch up, and as you do, some of the mist begins moving away and exposes grass, blackened and withered, but still a little bit long here and there. And then what you thought was black grass turns completely withered into a perfect circle all around it. You estimate a circle about 10 feet wide or so. No sigils, no signs, just a perfect circle of withered life. In the center of it, however, as you extend your torch out and kind of look about 5 feet in, you see what apparently herbs that have been bundles of herbs that aren't just blackened. They look like that they were burnt, and winds just never took them away. You see that there's a carved staff, which has been snapped in half. And surrounding that, those two objects, another circle within of pure white ash.
Morty, don't walk into that.
And you see his entire front half just kind of lifts up. Nope, not touching anything. Backs up, puts the rest of his body back down on the ground.
I'll detect magic on that.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, you do it again, and you allow the same thing. Scintillating colors come up around in the area. You don't detect anything in the immediate presence. You start looking over there through the mist, holding your torch up. And then your vision of magic begins to fade. If there was magic here, it has long since faded.
I still don't want to go into that circle.
No.
Where's the dock?
I know. I'm kind of curious. I don't know the answer to that, and that kind of bothers me. So, yeah, that's a problem, I think.
Do we just pick a direction?
Let's go around the circle over here, this way.
Yeah.
You start following him. There's a one point. You can see like possessions of people are simply left down on the ground as if people fled or have been interrupted. You can see a plate that is completely clean. I mean, there's bones on it, but it looks like that the silverware, and we are talking metal utensils, scattered down on the ground along with the plate, and on a couple of occasions, like there was a book, the page is completely ripped out and destroyed. That was laying there on the ground. A well of ink off on its side and down on the ground. It's just a splatter of ink permanently staining the floor. A shaved quill pen down there as well. Looks like things have been left mid-work. But you don't see any signs of struggle or combat. You don't see... There was blood back there at the tree. And you saw one tool that had blood on it. But you don't see blood here.
Were they called towards the tree, do you think?
I have no idea. I don't know. But we gotta continue looking.
Yeah. I don't like this. Do I know which direction? Do I hear water in a particular direction?
Give me your perception check.
Okie dokie. Bramble's very, very uncomfortable with the situation. 23.
What you do pick up on are... something's out there. You thought at first you might be able to hear something of waves. And instead, you hear whispers.
Morty.
Yeah?
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that.
Where's that coming from?
He begins to look around. They're not discernible, but they begin carrying on a tone of desperation and fear, as if all of this is beginning to capture last moments. He's... Let's go over here. Let's go this way.
Okay.
And you start following him? Let me see.
Yeah. I'm gonna scoot around the circle. I'm not touching that.
Yeah, no. You guys are nowhere near that. You moved right past that. You end up coming across another building. It looks like that it's actually that it's doing fairly well, give me another perception check.
Here we go. Come on. 15.
Not bad. You start walking forward. Morty is looking a little bit off to the left. You're looking straight ahead and off to the right into the buildings and what have you, just to see what it is that's there. Anything that might be able to assist you. And then you see something beginning to approach you.
Morty, what is that? I would like.
You stop. It stops.
I'm gonna take a step back.
It also takes a step back. But what you see is about your height, except where its head should be. Looks like a tall, thin needle. Its body bloated and distorted just out on the sides. Its arms here bulbous in fashion until they come down into what appear to be tendrils, all of them with the fingers, and then you see it grasp its face like that.
Morty.
Yeah?
Morty.
What?
That thing is mirroring everything I'm doing, but it's not me.
You see a slow purple glow begin to occupy that area. Look away, kid. And he starts moving forward.
Okay.
And then he's like, wait, bring the torch here.
Okay.
Bring the torch over. And he can see it raises a torch.
Morty, is this freaking me out, man?
Keep walking forward.
Okay.
You get there until finally you can see a large piece of metal that is slightly bent, highly reflective surface.
Morty, I hate it here.
Shh.
What?
That's not what I'm looking at. You look beyond, and you can see a figure standing about 10 feet away. A silhouette of something, slowly moving. Your torch held right around at waist height so you were able to see into the mirror. What are you doing?
Morty, what is that?
I don't know, but I'm not gonna move.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna pick up a. No, hold on. I'm gonna slap the mirror and cast light on it and turn it around to face the thing.
Oh, no shit. That's awesome. You go to cast light. You smack it. The mirror immediately begins to glow. You turn it around and all you see is... It completely disappears, but it fled. The light remains. You now have this beacon that you're able to shine. How long is that going to last for you?
How long is light? Light is until the next time I make my daily preparations.
There you go. So now you have a mirror with a bunch of light on it.
Sweet. Okay, here, you hold the torch. I'm gonna hold the mirror.
He grabs it with his talon and he's kind of like, I'm gonna put this thing out. I can see in the dark over here.
Oh yeah, do that.
Okay, and he kind of looks around for a puddle, and he's like, sure. Hold on for a second, and he brings it down onto the ground and he stops.
What? What are you doing?
Look down the ground over here.
What am I looking at?
You can see footprints that lead away from the circle. He then shines the light and you can see the edge of the circle and the footprints lead away from the circle towards who the hell knows. But as they go, they begin to fade. And alongside it, you can see like what appears to be two, like, marks in the ground, like two parallel lines alongside it.
I'm gonna stick my foot in one of the shoes. How big is it compared to me?
Shoe. Oh, in one of the footsteps.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Medium-sized height.
Hey, Morty, do me a favor. Put that beautiful shark-filled belly in that line. I want to see how big that is compared to you.
Put the what?
See the line next to the feet prints?
Yeah. I see them. Yeah.
Put like you sit in there like I just did with my foot, so I can see how big this thing is compared to you.
He, like, with his torch and his claw, kind of skitters over there, and he puts a taloned foot into it. It's about as wide as his, as about where his knuckles are for his his talons, which would be about the same width of a foot.
Okay. So maybe not that big. But where do they go?
He, like, lifts the torch up and lowers his head to take a look. Look away, kid. And puts the torch behind him. And his eyes go. Let's go. He begins moving forward, and then another taloned claw comes over, picks it up, until finally it's like his third set of legs is like holding, one of them is holding it and the rest are moving along. His head is about 7 feet ahead of that torch, and he's like snaking through the area. He's like looking around, and you can see the purplish glow following his gaze all around. Every now and then the glow and then the torchlight shine up on entryways to various buildings, some here, some there. It's a disturbing sign. You can see talismans and woven circles with netted things in there, with symbols on clay tablets of Rishlidel all over the place, but none of it was expertly made. All of it looks like it was all hastily made and then hung there before whatever happened occurred. He continues to walk forward. I don't know exactly where this is going to go, but I don't know what's happening. He then stops, passes the torch up to his front leg, and looks down to illuminate it, and looks back at you. The lights in his eyes dimming, and then finally out. He looks at you. The tracks have completely disappeared. And that over there, the two lines that have been moving along, or that have been alongside the footprints, looks like whatever it was, they stopped as well, and it just lifts up a little bit. Like whatever it was there and then got lifted up.
Is there anything up in the sky? Like trees or like any tree limbs or anything?
Give me
towers.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Hell yeah, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Sure. The whispers themselves kind of die off the further along you go, and until the buildings kind of stopped, for a little bit here. But you can see a couple of other distant shapes there. You kind of notice that you can't see much. There's a sense that something is there. What exactly, though, it's kind of difficult to tell because the mist above you is kind of moving and creating false images of shapes and what have you. A little difficult to tell exactly. But then, and then something does happen. There's a moment there that you hear
I put the mirror up.
And the all you see is an immediate first off, what you end up hearing is, in response, the mist is just immediately disappears or directly above you, as if the light itself had completely burned it away, and you saw something go like flit away about 30 feet above you into the darkness.
What the fuck is that, Morty?
He's looking around. He's unsure. All he knows is whatever this is not comfortable. He's gazing up. Every now and then a purplish glow overtaking the area around his head. And then a black shape far above you glides above. Morty is an 8-legged basilisk friend of Bramble.
I don't like that. I think we should get the fuck out of here. We should hide or...
The question is what? Where do we go?
I don't know. I feel like we're going in circles.
See if we can kind of get bearings. See if we can smell the wind. Isn't that what you do? You're a druid.
No,
Do something druidy.
Smell the wind. What's the wind smell
Give
like?
me a perception check.
24.
Ooh.
What do I smell?
There is at one point that there's a wind that kind of comes through. There's a gust. You think it is a welcoming wind. No. You remember your time with the Zoroili Riders. You remember that moment that the world kind of changed between then and then. You remember that time when you were able to think and you began to lift up off the ground. And you remember the sound, that hollow whistle of wind always somewhere in the distance. But that wind doesn't lead you back to a shore, and it doesn't smell of salt, and it comes and it goes as quickly as it came. Give me another survival check.
Okay. Oh my gosh. What is flying over my head? I got an 18. I hope I'm not dead.
You put your ears out there just to see if you can hear the beating of wings again. Instead, you can hear a whisper just on the outside. It's always just beyond the reach of hearing. And just like with the torchlight lit, there's always a moving figure just outside of that point that you can't see it anymore. In the periphery on your right-hand side, there's a shift of movement. It's gone.
Mirror of the light.
The light itself, crackling mist, begins to dissipate as you move the mirror around with the light spell on it. And all of these things skitter away. Some of it floating away as if an oil slick on the surface of water. And then you put your hand into it, or even a drop of soap. You ever try that? And you see the oil go.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Morty.
I'm right here, kid. What do you got?
I want to leave.
That would be good. That would be very good. That would be very, very good.
I just can't tell where we are. It's too misty. It's too dark. There's a flying thing. Hey, Potch.
Potch, what's up, brother? Potch, man.
Potch. Hello, friend.
Hey, guys. You are here and stuff. If you guys on the Evindale side don't know Potchfrat, you're looking at an incredibly warm human being, an amazing artist, graffiti, street art, just a fucking righteous guy who's just absolutely Ian Starr, man. They're like these are my go-tos when I go visit the Pacific Northwest. I'm kicking back a few with Potch. So
if you like power couple energy, you're gonna like Potch's channel with Potch and Star.
Legit. Yeah. These guys are absolutely fucking amazing. We are in the middle of a little bit of horror. Bramble over here, along with a basilisk friend, Morty, has found themselves in an old abandoned village. This was the first sign of civilization on a brand new land that they have been meaning to travel to. This is what they were greeted with. Potch, you are fucking amazing, buddy. Hey, thank you. Am I pronouncing that correctly? See your car? Or a street car? I apologize. I do want to pronounce your name correctly, but either way, thank you so much for that follow, Bramble. Because someone followed while it was your turn, you do get to roll again on your next roll and choose the highest of the two as a thank you for the awesomeness of the follow that came.
I want to find...
Sugar? Are you kidding me? You sugar? I am an asshole.
Cool.
Shukar.
Cool.
It's Shukar. Sugar is fine.
It's what it means.
I am so sorry. I tend to think that I'm halfway decent with languages, but apparently not. I failed my language roll. So I apologize. but either way, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, it's Gaelic. It's Scots Gal.
That's the hardest language. It's the one I want to learn, and it's the hardest language.
Yeah, this is I had to look it up because I'm a linguophile. I absolutely
she said that in the chat.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, all right, cool. Well, hi, Sugar.
I tried on Duolingo, and it's hard. So.
Well, here we are. Hey, Sugar, thank you again so much for the follow, Bramble. So your next roll does have a fortune on it so that you can roll twice. She is awesome. Yay, Potch. Thank you, buddy.
I would love to know where the fucking boat is.
Where the boat is?
Yeah.
All right. Did you roll survival again?
Oh, I didn't roll it again. Let me see. Well, I had an 18. Okay, let me try again. Mirror's going up. I hear the wings.
And immediately again, that thing just skitters away, screaming. There was at one point there when that beam of light directly off of the mirror just shone up in that area. Granted, it's more like the light of a torch, but it's on a fucking mirror, and it just bounces all of it back up. And there's a point there where you can see a skittering, and as it does, there's a as the light. Yep.
Okay. So besides knowing that it takes like radiant damage, what do I notice anything physical about it that I could apply lore master lore for if I had any like bestiaries?
Absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. It is fucking massive. It is extremely dark.
Okay. I'm gonna roll to see if I know any large. That's bad. 19.
You know what? Give me an occultism. Hey, Star. Posh, you're fucking awesome.
Ooh,
it's hard to stay in character and in the narrative when Poch arrives. So
I know.
Cool.
Now it's a feel-good stream.
Now I know. Now it's totally feel good. All right, you know what? We're gonna play in some awesome music. What did you get, my love?
I got a 13.
Well, you get to roll twice. Remember, you have fortune.
Oh, okay.
Because
so
Sugar followed while you were talking. So that's the. No, it's okay, dude. Potch, man. Love you, brother. I hope you and Star are doing awesome. Go enjoy your night. Thank you so much for the raid, and for those of you that are coming in and join us, If you happen to like a little bit of the spoopy, this is a good place for you. Hang out for a little bit.
Maybe some content warning because there's bones and meat and stuff.
Yeah, content. I mean, they're coming out of Botch's stream, so. But yeah, content warning.
Bones and
gore, and I mean, not for the channel in general. It's just for this particular scene. What do you got?
Okay, so I didn't roll again. Do you want me to roll? My occultism's +2, my lore master's +10. Which one am I rolling?
You're gonna need occultism for this.
Okay, so all right, here we go.
Thanks, Botch, man. I appreciate the lurk. What do you have?
A little better, 18.
And that's with the fortune?
Mm-hmm.
What you know is not enough to help you. The shadow that passes every now and then just out of reach of the light and usually just out of the corner of your eye continues to do so in that threatening distance of just close enough for you to know it's there and far enough away for you to do anything about it. First it's over there, and then with a flap of wings it moves over. Now it knows you're here. And you kind of get it. The small little vines on your Leshy neck, raising just a little bit like the hairs on our arms, causing you to spin around and see it. And just as you do, and you focus on that distance, it flies out of sight yet again.
All right, that's it. This is, I look at Morty. We can't do anything with this thing flying over us.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if I can or not, but...
I mean, what do you suggest we do? Look for the boat while I have the mirror above my head this whole time?
No. Point the mirror down and draw it in just for a second.
Okay.
We're gonna try something real quick.
All right.
He begins to take on a slight serpentine-like feel. He hisses out just for a brief moment, a sound you've never heard him made. But as he does it again, you can see all the scales on his back rippling with that sound as well, and then the glow of his eyes begins to go. Don't look at my face. Audience, chat. Roll, type into the chat, exclamation point D20.
Put your seatbelt on. I want to try something. I saw it in a cartoon once.
Oh, fucking star, a 3. Oh, star rolled a 3. So there's a moment that you hear it first. It's far away. And then again, it comes in close. It comes in real close. And that's when he just reaches up, looks up, and you can see a massive beam of some kind of a light come out, growling under breath, the whole mist of it all around. You see a portion of the mist itself just again burning away from all of the from like the torchlight. But then as this thing started coming closer, he lets that out. I need to roll a fortitude save. And let me double check this. Boy, let me make sure here. That's when the flapping of the wings, it came close at one point. It then immediately like cries out as something occurs, and then it stops. And you hear a thunk down on the ground in front. You just see his body, tail, and all just disappear into the mist. and you see another glow, and again Morty roars into the night. Glow again. Let's see if this will happen one more time. Where are you? Here we are. And then you hear and then the glow dies down and you hear as talons start making their way back through the mist towards you, and you can see Morty's head beginning to pop through. Dinner served.
Oh,
and he turns around and goes back.
That was so cool, Morty. That was so cool.
When you arrive, first off, what preparations are you doing?
What preparations for a new day?
No, for what you're doing. I don't want to lead you into an area that's. Are you carrying your torch, or do you have the mirror pointed down towards in front?
I got it up, and I'm going hut 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 as I run towards Morty, and I'm just so excited that he did something really fucking cool.
You shine the light on what's in front of you.
Yeah.
What you see is something that is frozen in time. Taloned hands and feet in an awkward position, what appears to have been flight, wings bat-like, completely extended out, horns on the head that arise from the sides and then curve out, up, and up again. A long tail, completely frozen, one that is ending in what appears to be spiked barbs. Its face long and drawn out. A mouth that starts back here, comes down into its upper jaw, its mandible, and then this extends all the way down, the entirety of it lined with a gruesome array and double and triple rows of teeth, the entire figure completely black.
Have you ever seen one of these before, Morty?
I've never seen anything like this. Armed with that knowledge, give me an occultism again.
Okay. Don't let me down. +2. That's an 11.
You've never seen anything like this before. A humanoid figure with wings. Devil-like horns if you go by the thing, but no resemblance to a devil whatsoever. The feet themselves are digigrade legs, and you do see talons that are very much like Morty's, but they are a little bit thicker. Morty's is definitely meant for the ripping of flesh and stone. He's got 8 sets of them, or 4 sets of them. This thing, it's 2 hind legs and an elongated heel that comes back into an ankle, that comes forward again into the knee and then back. The talons themselves, thick, looking maybe 50% larger than Morty's own.
Yeah.
The entirety of this beast, medium-sized with a long tail.
Okay. I'm gonna jot all that in my journal. I gotta remember this. Does it look like the same? I'm gonna go up here. Morty, give me your hand for a second.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab his hand, and I'm gonna compare it to the one that's sticking out. Does it look like the same? Like it would be the ones that scratched out that sigil?
The talons, yeah, he's got 5-fingered hands with talons on there. That looks like one of the things that could have scratched it out.
Okay. Well, judging by the size of its mouth and the shape of its talons, I'd say this is the thing that was scratching out the Dream God's sigil.
Sure.
And probably what's been chomping at the bodies by the tree.
Oh, speaking of chomping at the bodies on the tree, do you mind if I chomp on, because it's been several days and there's not been a lot of good quality. Not been a lot of good quality food around here. Do you mind if I really quick go and see if I can, it's on this thing and I'm going to eat.
You want to eat this thing?
I'm going to eat. Yeah, I'm going to eat.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can you... Your saliva turns it back to meat, right?
Yep.
I don't...
Well, it's more of my digestive. It's in my belly. I feel stone going down, and then kind of on the way, it kind of gets a little bit slurpy.
Okay, before it gets slurpy, I don't want it to get slurpy inside of you and then end up being poisonous or something that is gonna eat you from the inside out. Can we maybe... I don't know. This doesn't seem like... I've never seen this thing before. I don't know if it's got, like, poisonous meat. Can you spit on it?
You want me to spit on it? I
don't know. I don't know how to test it. I don't know if you should eat this.
Well, I can tell you I'm getting a little bit of indigestion from not having food. Maybe I can cough up a little bit of stomach acid. Hold on for a second. Look away just for a second. Look away.
I feel like you're being a little bit dramatic here.
It's just a huck. And then you hear... and you can see portions of it that had been paralyzed and then turned to stone start turning back to an almost oil slick, like, probably from the acid, that's where you get the shine from, surface of like a dark, like, we're talking black, we're talking like the color
obsidian.
Yes, yeah, akin to like obsidian, but none of the shine whatsoever. It's like, yeah, it's a Vanta black monster essentially, and you can see it turn, and he like taps it. He taps it far away from where he spit, and then you can hear tink, 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 tink.
Okay, maybe here. Oh, this is so gross. I'm gonna take my dagger and like stab it. Does
and yeah.
Does any like necrotic goo come out or anything?
No.
It's just blood.
It's there's no blood. It's just kind of all made of meat.
Oh.
But it's more solid. You know what it's like? Take a look at manta flesh. Okay? Now imagine the entirety of it is that.
Great. The things I do for love. Okay, you can eat this.
Poke it with a stick.
All right, Morty, have at it.
And he said, cool. And he's just crunch. And soon enough, an entire thing, he just looks back at you, and this whole petrified, like, limb is in his mouth. And he just crunch, and the two halves fall alongside. He gulps that whole thing back. It is not a pretty sight. For the first time, you actually see the basilisk beginning to do this. It honestly looks like he's just chewing on rocks. But then there's a couple of points there where he also has a almost regurgitating effect. And you can see coming up from under his neck, like coming out, and then a slight slime comes out as the juices of the meat now begin all of this. It's a disgusting affair.
Oh boy, to each their own.
And he just turns back and it's like, and grabs it. When he lifts up the torso and the head comes with it, and the light completely shines on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is no face. The mouth that you thought was there? No, that was shadow play. All of it, an elongated head with no eye sockets, no place for a nose nor mouth, no ears. This is not a natural creature.
Morty, I think you just ate something that's not of this world.
crunch. It tastes like chicken. This thing is awesome. I mean, it's not quite. It tastes kind of like, well, it kind of tastes like that shark, but it's not really.
And you
Listen.
can see as he's talking.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Fuck all the way off. What's happening to our boy? Oh no, it's 17.
No, everything seems to be just fine.
He stops for a second and looks at you. And his eyes begin to...
Morty. I'm gonna put
We'll
the
see you
mirror up.
next week.
He's starting to turn evil. No, I don't want to kill my friend. I fucking knew it. As soon as he started, he was like, I want to eat this. I'm like, do you want to eat this?
I know.
He's like, "Yeah, I wanna
This
eat
might be just a little bit on the bad side.
Oh my god.
XP yells, sweet, bravo, thank you. So Morty got that devil chicken. So, hey guys. Yeah,
Fuck you, man.
dude, Posh, man, you're fucking awesome. Hey guys, do me a favor. If you guys want, feel free to drop us a note right here and ask any questions. We're going to talk about the game, but of course, this is why we are here. So if you want, we'll pop your question up as well, and yeah, we'll totally like read aloud anything that y'all have to say. Potch or Star, you guys are more than welcome to join us as a guest if you want, just audio only. If you want to shoot the shit as well. So yeah, that's tonight. So Erin, where do you think this is gonna go? What the fuck happened? And welcome to Show Palome.
Oh, thanks. I'm happy to be here. I love this place. I think that she's fucked. Morty basically is like her Deus Ex Machina best friend.
I don't like using that, but you know.
No, but it tells a really good story, which is really good. And this also tells a good story. And I don't want her. She already thought she killed Barbara, so I don't want her to think she has to kill Morty. This is gonna be so sad.
Hey, Posh, it's same date and time next week. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. Pacific, and that's when we'll be picking it up next Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Next Tuesday.
Next
Monday's
Tuesday.
table-
Sorry. Next Tuesday.
turnout.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Barbara's dead.
Barbara's
She's in the
dead. She's in
upside
the
down.
Justice for Barb. Yeah, I think they're in the upside down currently. I don't know where. I have the sneaky suspicion that Jail Palome is not all like this, and that this is just a cursed area. So I don't know.
You haven't asked, and you know, a game master. Oh, that's 3 p. Oh, Shukar. Oh, okay, 3 p.m. for you. So you'd be further back. Are you further west than Pacific time? Because unless you are 3 p.m. next day. Well, hold on. If it's 3 p.m. over there and 8 p.m. here,
It's 5 hours.
yeah, that could be. I was gonna say it's like a 16-hour difference in New Zealand, so that's not it. Now, Sugar, we've got it. Oh wait, that's not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on, he didn't say Game Master Ball. Says, yay, Happy Funland is on the other side, and you landed in sad, spooky Devil Chicken Land.
That's amazing.
It's 5 forward. Oh, all right. So you're like in the UK
Okay.
or CEST. All right, you're in Central European time or GMT. I think you're in GMT now or CEST. Either way, welcome and thank you so much for spending time with us. Really, really appreciate it. So it's 11 p.m. for you. Okay. Yeah, that's where you'll be able to figure out what's happening. So that'll not be all that bad.
And this country, Steve told me before we started, he just created it. So
Well, I knew that it existed because we do have a map of the damn place after all. Hold on, let me pull that thing up. So this is where you landed. And this is the world map. Well, not the world map. This is a map of this region of the world. Yeah. So let me go out. It extends this particular part. This is an excerpt of the world, but you are here currently.
Yep.
Let me get away from this path making tool. So yeah, that's that. And you landed over here following your neat little pathway. Scotland. All right, very well. Very well. Oh, wow, it's almost 4:30. Thank you for really hanging out with us. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Sugar.
Yeah.
Erin, I always ask a couple of questions, so I'm going to ask you some questions unless other people also have questions, and in which case then we will answer your questions or comments or read everything out loud, because this entire channel is based like really much on community. So you have anything, let us know. Erin, what did your character do, or and more importantly, not do, what did your character learn this particular episode?
That there are some things that are not learnable from a book. She did not know what this thing was, thinking maybe she had kind of some fluency in flora and fauna of this part of the world.
Yeah.
And she definitely does not.
Yeah, that's an eye-awakening thing. How does that make... It's got to be an eye-awakening thing. Eye-awakening? Eye-opening.
Eye-awakening.
I am tired. That's got to be eye-opening. What's that like for her, having been a bastion of knowledge all this time?
I think it's a little humbling, and it's sort of like a side quest where she's like, oh, I've got a lot of work to do. But it's sort of like I can do this myself. I could do this better myself than I could relying on people traveling through the area for me to archive.
Yeah, Posh, you can ask questions, bro. Anything you need, just ask.
XP Guild says, from one wonder drafter to another, love your wonder drafting.
Oh, yeah, Wonder Draft, man. I fucking love Wonder Draft. I've been using it for pretty much everything in this whole world thing. So, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Every now and then on the Discord server, I will release an updated map of the various adventures. And the way that things have been working with this is that as Bramble goes and experiences new things, names of places begin to appear, and hence these new village names which weren't there, little things like that. So, true to tradition, the map itself started 41 years ago, and as a campaign would come through and experience an area, it just constantly got updated. So that's where we are now. But thank you. The series start. Okay, so first he wants to know some stuff here. Sorry, my love. Yeah, what were you going to say?
No, I wanted to add really quick. I loved the inclusion of a new deity, by the way, because as soon as you pulled up the symbol, I was like, I know that symbol.
Oh, did you know that one?
Yeah, because before when forget if it was KCS or this game, but I remember pulling up the gods and like going through to refresh my memory, because I know a little. I know like Banos and Nordaga, and it was Seekers, because I was looking up Creus.
I'm curious where you're getting Thanos, because I don't have a Thanos.
Banos.
Oh, Benos, Benos. Yeah. Gotcha. Bees and Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And I know you don't have a Thanos.
Yeah, I don't have a Thanos. None of this bullshit.
Oh, Benos is my favorite, and Nordaga and Chrysaera and all that. So
yeah.
I remember that. So when I was like, I saw that, I'm like, oh, I know this.
All right, so here I'm going to answer some of Pacha's questions and anybody else here that wants. So, okay, first, when did the series start? So this was episode 16, so it started roughly 17 weeks ago. I think we took off 1 week. So it started about 17 weeks ago. And all of the VODs are up on YouTube as well. So you can just find the entire series over there. Edited for your pleasure. The timid intro has been removed from all. What is Morty? Morty is a basilisk. That is to say, an 8-legged... Basilisks are sometimes pictured as snake-like things, and when they stare at something, they can have an action which can petrify. First, it'll slow things down, and if they're already slowed and it gives them another zap, then they become petrified like stone. Using his sharp teeth and talons, he can rip into that stone, crush it down, and a mixture of his stomach acids and saliva, then turn it back into digestible meat. An incredibly fearsome and very nasty creature, but this one over here being a cute little, well,
Harmlessly cute.
yeah, you are. It's this little guy. This little guy right here.
I love her. She's
She's
good.
awesome. She really is. That one there ended up befriending Mortimer and now rides him around like a horsey. So
He's so perfect. I love him.
yeah, so that's that. I know where we're gonna start binge watching tonight. I hope you like it. I hope you like the series. This has been fun for me. So yeah, that's the thing. Potch is also asking, let's see here. In this world they are in, are there things from other worlds that they can run into? Yeah. So things from other worlds. See, fuck you, Potch. So yeah, I'm just gonna rearrange things here to distract. With the very short version is the world of Evindale. It's you can only spend so much time developing a single world, so I ended up developing 8 of them and the history. The short version is that there is the universe, which is the physical world that we all know, and then there are the tangential planes. Those planes of existence are typically elemental planes, outer planes, inner planes, and all these kind of things that typically exist in D&D-esque worlds. So yes, other planes of existence live and are there. However, when much of this world was created way back when, a lot of that stuff I did not read about, and so I ended up also developing other worlds. Now, originally, the plan was, I like making worlds, and then I would just start drawing shit all over the place. And then as I drew stuff, I finally had like this brain idea, probably fueled by wine that day, and had said, hey, I'm going to stitch all this shit together. And I did. And now here you go. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no, ask questions. Questions are good because this is exactly, anybody that asks a question, it gets an answer. I understand the theory of the world. I just don't know everything about it until someone asks me a question. So I have no idea. Yeah.
In our Thursday game, we had otherworldly creatures, the ribbon monsters.
Yeah, those things are fucking weird too. You call them ribbon monsters. Raffle likes laughing at them because he thinks they look like sperm.
They look awful. They do. Well, okay. But
yeah. Those are. So, by the way, so the link that thank you so much, my love. The link that Erin here posted, that's most of the developed worlds. As the map I just showed you was one that I started to really evolve and create just in the past 2 or 3 years. This is a new section of the world, and so we're holding campaigns to help explore it and fill it out. And this is the process. So you're not going to find all of the countries there, but do you have characters that have the ability to go into? See, this is why I never want Potch. Yes, I don't ever want Potch in a game because he's going to step up and just be like, so. And he's like, hey guys. All right, and then he's just going to come out and go, so I have this whole thing figured out. Boom.
He's going to lay it all out. He's going to break you. He's going to solve the campaign in episode 1.
It is. Fucking Potch is
intuitive as fuck.
It's insane. So yeah,
Potch would play a wizard that would win Evindale.
Do your characters have the ability to go into the other realms? So when you say do your characters, one thing that you have to remember is always about your character. That you are always front and center. Your character is the one that's front and center. There are certain magical abilities that do allow you to traverse the different realms. Yes, planar travel is a thing. No, please do not apologize ever on this channel to me ever. You haven't earned any place in my life where you ever need to apologize. So yeah.
Wait, I want to ask this question, or I want to read this one from the XP Guild.
Oh, yeah.
There was that whole thing about ask me about my world setting that comes and goes on Facebook. For a while, there was a guy that always asked, where can you get the best ham and cheese sandwich? You don't have to answer that, but if you do, that would be awesome. Can I guess where the best ham and cheese sandwich would be?
Go ahead. I already know where it is, but go ahead, and I'll pull up the fucking map. I'll find it. Go ahead.
Okay. Now I doubt my answer. I want to say my go-to response is Cultrek because it's the biggest metropolis, and there has to be somebody like mom and pop, like corner shop that makes the best fucking just deli sandwiches.
It is not Kultrek.
Where is it?
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on. I'm looking for the map right now. This is a map I created a long time ago, and you very rarely see it. Shit. Where is this fucking place?
Koch says, I think that place has the best pastrami. Maybe not ham and cheese.
It's nice and lean.
Now it does.
Oh, hey, here it is. I found it. Okay, so way back when, because digitization and tools and things, I didn't really know how to name things, so I started naming it based off of the just areas around me. So in the portion of New York that I'm in, there's a place called Kingston. And I had called it the Duchy of Kingston because back then there was Kingston everywhere. So this is going to be a task for Erin because Erin may not know. Hold on. Let me capture this. This is image. I'm going to pop this thing up and see if this works. Hold on.
Okay. I'm just letting you know.
Yes, my love.
That you're gonna add a corner store pastrami stand.
I don't really have a choice.
We're gonna call it Papa Potch's pastrami.
Yes, I'm totally fucking down. Oh my god, Papa Potch's. That'll be in Kultrek. Let's see, Papa Potch's. Where the hell is it? It's not that. Where the frick is it? That's not this does not want to show. Why don't you want to show? That is stupid. Hold on, friends. I'll figure this out in a second.
Expanding on, I'm going to answer this one, Sugar. Yeah. Expanding on Potch's question, is traveling between worlds spontaneous or by choice? Both.
Yeah.
There have been instances where traveling between the realms is definitely spontaneous or done without the characters realizing it's happening. And there have been situations where it's been by choice, like the mysterious bag in Crossroads, where it went into a new dimension, a new world, like a new part of the world. So
it was kind of a thing. Okay, here we go. I got it now. So this is the Duchy of Kingston. Now, I don't expect anybody to know this. But do you see, honey, where Kyria is?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine this circle in here as a mountain, and you're looking down on it, okay? There's a city on the top of a mountain that is bisected by a river that runs through it. Do you happen to know the proper name of the city as it is today?
Can you scroll out? Oh, can you zoom in on that mini map there on the bottom right?
Sure.
Okay, Mutfia is up there.
Mutfia is not there. Mutfia would be way out to the east.
Oh, is this the other?
This is the country of Ivari in one of its initial incarnations when it was called Iveria, when everything ended in a fucking IA, and this area here was the Duchy of Kingston. Kyria was the original name during like version 2 of this world of Var, which is now the capital of that mighty country. So the best place to get it. Oh, okay, hold on. You see Shantless here?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Now I need to pull this button. Now there you go. There's County Chandler. So this is, I can drill down on all this old shit here. So you've got right here in, where was it? Was it in Derwick? I think it was in Derwick. Yeah, I'm gonna say Derwick. It's either that or in Haxton. But either way, I'm gonna say it's the best ham and cheese sandwich you're probably gonna find right there in fucking Derwick.
What was the name of the mountain? The town on the mountain.
The town on the mountain is Avar, the capital where the Distanel is.
Oh,
Avar,
oh, yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So you've got that, which is, hold on. Here's the world in a comparison to whatchamacallit. One second. No, hold on. Oh boy, y'all getting the tour. Hold on, map time. Here you go. Here's a black and white map of the entire planet in an equirectangular projection. This is the area that you are looking at right here. This is where Avar is, and that is where that county is, and where you are.
Is right there.
You are right in here right now. Yeah, you are literally on the other side of the planet, which, if you think about it, isn't that far away, because if you just go across the way, you know, you'll hit, oh no, there's a whole other continent in the way off to the west. So
Potch wants to know now, why is that where the best ham and cheese is?
Oh yeah, sure. So the way that pigs are raised in that particular area of the country is done specifically for a reason. First off, I love pigs. I don't like eating pork. I love me some bacon, but I'm hard pressed to eat it. So I love me some piggies. Anyhow, the way that county treats its pigs, first off, they are prize winning because county fairs. They have a whole thing about that, but it's also, they are known for their particular breed of pork. And that was just always a thing. I never once thought about it as like the best ham and cheese sandwiches, but the cheese in that area, Avery has a temperate climate, which does allow for some beautiful crystallization to appear in caves. And that is where you can age your cheese, and that's going to impart some flavors to it. There are certain cheeses that are aged in caves in the real world where there's just a beautiful granularity to it, and you kind of taste it, and it's a lovely texture. So you're going to find some very rich and sharp blues in here, but without the ammonia afterburn, if you will. And the pork in this area is also particularly good. That just happens to be something in this world. But I never once thought about a ham and cheese sandwich, so that's a first.
That's amazing.
It's a special breed. It's just, they treat their piggies very well, and it's all very tender. It's kind of like Evindale's version of Wagyu, but for pork. Cave cheese and special bred pigs. Don't normally eat ham and cheese, but after I know, it's like, I don't want to slaughter animals. Insert the yum. This isn't anything that I ever thought that I'd be talking about. It's like, where can you find the best ham and cheese? Yeah, so that's that. That might be the only dish that I can answer correctly on this. Don't test me, because we'll be here for hours, and as I pull out maps.
Well, you could hang out with us on Mondays, and we'll talk about
TTRPG turnout, yeah. So on Monday evenings, typically we have TTRPG turnout where we talk about anything. Last night it was character creation, the various way, all the various ways that one can create a character, what goes into it, and my process and your process. It was a legit 4-hour stream with the folks. Thank you so much for that. So have no earthly ideas why I hit you. Because that's the way that random happens, and it's all happy. This is how worlds are created now, though, because now it's canon. Your question is now canon. So,
and same as Papa Potch. Papa Potch is pastrami.
Yes. Oh, the pastrami and Kultrek. All right, so Kultrek. All right, what are we talking about when it comes down to Kultrek? Hold on, let me pull that puppy up.
Well, we weren't talking about anything, just that there is a corner store now that is called Papa Potch's Pastrami.
It is true. This is very fucking true. So let me pull up the freaking city of Kultrek, because geez, pop. There you go. So
Look at that.
here's the city of Kultrek. We're gonna find a city block in here somewhere. We're gonna say, let's see, where's all the good shit? Where's all the good shit? We've got
Market.
Yeah, I'm thinking market. So that's number 1. That is gonna be right in. Yeah, that's gonna be in the center of town. So that's gonna be fantastic. Yeah, write it all down in one note. Oh, dude. Oh, 100%. XP Guild, fuck yeah. I do it in. Oh man, fuck on the phone. I use Obsidian, and I've used World Anvil, but it's not exactly intuitive. In my brain, when I get, let me go over here. When I get something in my head, I need to like write it down immediately, and trying to navigate the World Anvil is a little bit daunting at times. Although they do have a quick little entry thing on the right hand side and some awesome tools. But for me and for the kind of stuff I'm beginning to produce, it's not. I don't have the ability to rapidly export it to something else. Potrad, number 1. Yes, you are number 1. You are always number 1.
He was number 1.
So yeah, so that is the massive city of Kultrek. Population, it's like 1.75 million, I think. I think the entire country is contained in that. So.
And they all love Papa Potch's pastrami.
The Papa Pot. I'm gonna have to see. Now I'm gonna have to put that down. Hold on.
Yep.
So
Use
Papa Potch.
the
Huh?
pen.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pick up some good music here. Let me turn off the horror sounds.
Spooky sounds.
I know they're all spoopy here in the background. There it is. Let me stop that abruptly. Kick up some cool sounds. What?
It's
What?
too quiet.
There we go. There you go. Serving strictly pastrami. Yeah, you can envision with grilled French. Bruh. Fuck. See, now you have to make a little bit of. Now you're gonna need some like coleslaw on that, or some sauerkraut. Make a Reuben out of it. It's just gonna have to be. Reuben is hands down one of my favorite sandwiches, but my waist just fucking expands every time I eat it. This guy. Yep. My love. So, Bramble has learned that some things are not things. Yeah, you can't find it in a book, and that's got to be unsettling.
Yeah.
What are some things that Bramble learned tonight about herself?
I think she learned that she's kind of traded in fear for discomfort. I think she's not as scared anymore. She wasn't too freaked out. She was just very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good to know. I'll keep track of that.
My character, Potch, is a Leshy. She's a vine Leshy. And there she is. And she's plucky and adorable, and I love her. She's got vines coming out of her head and back, and she has this little orange bellflower hat, and
little clove buds in the upper regions.
Yeah, she's got leaves and vine.
Yeah, that's
thorns.
her right there. Is that little guy?
That little guy, I love her.
So, Bramble, the way that we have Leshy's here, in the game system known as Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Leshy's are creatures that, according to Pathfinder's canon, and this is an interesting little thing because it's easy to get lost. If you guys follow the Paizo lore of stuff, and while watching this channel, we're only going to hit on maybe 25% of it. The Paizo explanation of Leshy is that it is summoned into being by a powerful druid of some kind. Hence, they don't have a childhood, they don't have old age, and they kind of get just reborn in a new body. But they are wholly a plant. They're not just an animated plant. They're a plant like with a soul, which is different than other species. There are others which are more humanoid looking, more humanoid looking, etc. Leshy definitely stand out as like this little 3-foot tall, just amazing miracle. In Evindale, there's a slightly different and just ever so slightly more complex story behind it. Created by Nordaga. Nordaga is a deity that represents that represents nature in all of its forms. So if you have a mudslide that comes down and takes out your village, yeah, that's Nordaga having a really good day. If you have a bountiful harvest, chances are somebody sacrificed to Nordaga 9 months earlier. And so now you have a really good harvest come August. So Nordaga is like that uncaring type of deity. Well, at one point, without going into too much detail of the history, because again, we'll be here for fucking hours, Nordaga had created agents way back in the first age, the age of creation. Nordaga had created agents of effect, that they could affect the world. And the first one that was created was essentially a personification of Nordaga's will here, and that became known as the first Leshy. What would nature look like if it had been personified and actually occupied a body? Well, this is the way that it looked. But there were seeds all over it, and it took out its seeds according to like the lore. It took out its seeds and did this and this, and this seed created this and this seed created that. But the last seed of the very first Leshy was one that was never expended. And is supposedly it is stored somewhere, and that's where this one is going to go find the last seed of the first Leshy, because the rumor is that last seed brings natural balance back to the world. Back then, when Nordaga created it, didn't need balance, everything was just fine. And then mortals came along and fucked it all up. So there you go.
So I got to answer a couple questions. So is she considered tiny, small, or medium? She is technically small. She's just over 3 feet, but we've been playing her like she's medium. I think we've been moving her like she's medium.
Yeah, 3 foot tall characters are still considered medium, I believe, in this world. Yeah. In this world, I looked up gnomes in Pathfinder, and they are small. They are small. Well, that's interesting.
Unless if this is wrong, hold on. Gnome size Pathfinder.
You were Bramble, you were supposed to be the chosen one.
Are they small or are they medium? What are they? Medium's not in here.
By the way, I think you can do this. Let me see if that's still a thing. Yeah, there you go. And there's the spelling of all the you got the whole complete list already. Oh, sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
Next question.
The next question is, I see magic in the little Leshy's hand. What is the extent of said magic? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I have these cards that my love bought me. He bought me the whole Primal spell cards kit.
So
I love it.
Primal is one of in Pathfinder 2nd edition, there are 4 traditions of magic, if you will. One is divine magic, which in the world of Evindale is exactly what you think it is. It's magic that has the divine, that comes from divine. Its actual source, that's up to debate, but whatever. Like clerics, priests, they'll use divine magic. When mortals got their hands on weaponry and decided to go ahead and kill a demigod that was created with infinite divine magic, the magic that ended up pouring out of that was still divine, but it had now been tainted by murder, or essentially the exertion of mortal will upon the divine. That then transformed the divine magic into arcane, which is the 2nd tradition of magic in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Then you have Nordaga, who came about and goes, yeah, but the natural world belongs to me, and all of the physics of the world now became known as natural magic or primal magic, which is what Druids use. And then the 4th kind is the kind that exists between the realms itself, the kind that encompasses all the weird shit that's out there, the kind that exists, well, literally between worlds. That is called occult or occultism. So those are your 4 traditions, and primal is the one that this one practices.
And the way that Bramble gets her magic is she gets her spells after she encounters certain things. So whatever, and that's just a flavor choice. So whatever she has encountered, for example, she defeated a giant centipede and then she got vomit swarm. So she can basically puke little tiny centipedes that eat people.
It's fucking rude.
And it's great.
It's
So
just
right now,
so rude.
right now she's got animal form, fireball, heal, stinking cloud, light, hydraulic push, tree shape, tanglefoot, detect magic, spider sting, entangle, show the way, diving blaze, and something else.
Yep.
What?
I said yep. And something
I
else.
said you.
No. And, yeah, centipedes, and you don't get a house centipedes. From what I understand, they have a really cute face. Don't care. House centipedes are I don't know what it is. I just nope, and nope.
One of my other characters married one here.
Yeah. I had listen to this bullshit. So this one comes along, and I hold a one-shot campaign, right? It's just or a one-shot game. It's a whole bunch of friends that get together. They create these silly little characters, and it's a game where they have to go off and they have to rescue somebody, and that somebody happens to be in a cage in a cave, right? We're pulling out all the tropes here, okay? And lording over this cage is this like the centipede, giant fucking centipede. What does this one do?
I marry it.
Yeah, you fucking charmed the shit out of it.
Well, my character's name was Periwinkle Zephyrus, which is already chaotic, and she rode a giant thunder bumble, which was just a giant bee that was gray, like a rain cloud, and dealt lightning damage.
It was a rain cloud shaped like a bumblebee, and out of its butt, it zerks people.
Yep. And out of my heart, I zerked the centipede, and we got married. It was great.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. So he comes home from Hawaii, and there's hold on. He says that they've got some centipedes over there that are like quite long. So I'm going to look this up real quick. Hold up.
Oh, are they single?
Oh no! This is this is a fuck no. Are Hawaiian centipedes poisonous? Scolopendra is the most dangerous species of centipede living in Hawaii. Their bites are painful, and their venom is strong enough to cause a reaction in people. Cool. A reaction in a bite can vary from swelling at the bite site to the swelling of the entire limb. Yes, they are. They will fuck you up. They're the fuggliest babies in all realms.
I love it.
Nope. This is a no. Why? No. I can't. I have to put this trigger warning coming in. Giant fucking centipede on the screen in 3, 2, 1, and I'll let you know. Keep the audio on. I'll let you know when it's gone. 3, 2, 1. Nope.
Oh, that'll ruin your day.
That's a giant fucking nope. Okay, it's gone. It's gone, guys.
You know it's not a nope. Giant millipedes. They're adorable. They're puppies.
Millipedes are those are roly-poly puppies. I like them. You had
puppies.
one chase you in the street. You were not okay. You got bit next to your eye by one and fucked the whole right side. Yeah, They don't know. See, these things.
That sucks.
No, giants. So when I pull one out and it's like it does the whole, marries it. So.
Yep.
Can you imagine one of those crying out? Game Master's Vault, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you safe right now? Are you...
Blink twice if you need help.
We can't... No.
How's your pee hole, buddy?
No, we're not... Erin, we're not visiting this on... No, blink, blink.
Man. Anyways, giant centipedes are really cute in this world.
No, they are not. You just made it that way, and that became because the general rule of thumb here is players are always right. Whatever they create becomes the
the fucking thing.
So now centipedes are fucking cute. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think it's because I also rolled really well, and I think it's because he had a little bit of a crush on me.
I had a little bit more than a crush. I married you. Jesus Christ.
You're like, I'll show that centipede, and you locked me down.
Ha got this one. And fucking lock this one away. I am the ball and chain. I'm a GM. Of course I'm not okay. I understand that. I had this explanation that was, hold on. I don't want it to be a puzzle dungeon. I would like pretty cool fucking music. Give me cool music. What's this? See, I need to get Of Sleeping Bears stuff here. There we go. Here, we'll do this. It's called Elven Procession by tabletopaudio.com. Yeah, fuck you, centipede. I put a ring on it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Anyway, I had this whole conversation about being a GM and that our main responsibility in life is to pull stuff out our butt and make it sound like we had it planned all along. Well, you can't ever do that because the players are the ultimate masters of the game. We all know that. So you just kick back. I'm still looking at pictures of giant Hawaiian centipedes.
What are you doing?
Stop! I'm giving myself nightmare fuel. Apparently. All right, let's move on. So, fuck. I like how Bramble has turned fear into discomfort.
Me too.
Because
it's a little bit of a growing moment for her.
Yeah, well, I'm never gonna reach the discomfort stage of fear when it comes to giant fucking centipedes. Close that tab now so you just walk away from it slowly. What is something that Bramble had learned about someone else?
That fucking Morty's not okay.
Morty's not okay, but I think that's
not.
Yeah, but we're talking about actual knowledge. What do you got?
She learned about well, I guess she didn't really learn too much about Jason.
JSON. I was like, he doesn't need a fucking name. He doesn't need a name. The one time I don't prepare names, normally I have like post-it notes on a virtual GM screen, and I've got a whole bunch of. Nope. This time it was like Jason. Yeah, it's a Jason file. Jason file? No, JSON. Jason.
Yeah. But I mean, that's all she talked to. She talked to him. She learned that Barbara likes the beach.
Barbara does like the beach. Yeah, you're a little Leshy friend. If you had learned, okay, so then I'll ask you a double question. Aside from Bramble turning now fear into discomfort as she goes up in level, gains a little bit more confidence through her newfound powers. Is there something that Bramble has learned about herself that has not yet been compensated for in terms of going up in level?
Oh, that's a very deep question. I don't think she leveled last game, and so she's got all that to carry over into a new level.
Yeah, so last game, for those of you that are joining, when the Cirrus back at the Zoroili Riders kind of said that, okay, you need to go on your way. You can't stay here. You're on a grave mission, so you got to go. But before you leave, you need to learn some shit. And that learning was trying to face the worst of all of her enemies, which was her. The campaign is called Branching Out, A Leshy's Tale, because it really is just about this little Leshy growing up, in the big mean world and learning about herself. So session 15, the one before this one, was all about Bramble kind of learning about herself and becoming okay with discomforts and fighting through them.
Yeah, and healing her inner child.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's very, very salient. Okay. So yeah, I know Bramble has yet to digest and process all that stuff. So is there anything that Bramble has discovered about herself? And it's perfectly fine if you say no.
I mean, all of that is basically it right now until she. I think she'll learn something after this, because this seems like a big challenge coming up. Yeah,
we're definitely going to encounter something that's a little bit difficult. And
bye, XP Build.
XP, have a fantastic Have a fantastic
Thank you
night.
so much for hanging out with us.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for the follow
We will
earlier.
be really quick just to go over our schedule. We will be here tomorrow doing a Twin Peaks inspired
Cyberpunk.
cyberpunk game, and then Thursday we have a dark fantasy game with a bunch of other people, and everything's in Evindale. And then those are our 3 campaigns, and then Mondays we have tabletop turnout, TTRPG turnout.
Yep. So we're
Hang
streaming
out.
4 or 5 times a week now. We're going after Potch's record, which is like every day. All day. So this Potch is just fucking streamer extraordinaire. So if you guys like that, head back over to Potch. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give Potch yet another shout out here. So there you go. Thank you, XP Guild. Really appreciate that. Then, it's all different. Thursdays is a 6-person campaign, which is dark fantasy. This is more of a slight high fantasy with darker elements in it. And Wednesday is cyberpunk, which is a lot of fun. And all of the crews, we fucking love each other. So it's a good time. But yeah, XP Guild, thank you. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you later. Alrighty, where else are we? All right, honey, I don't have anything else then.
I was gonna say I have to wake up in 6 hours.
Okay, so let us go. You guys are amazing. My love, would you be so kind? Let's find somebody that we can pass delicious raid over to.
So what's up?
I was gonna say, Potch was streaming twice a day, 4 days a week, then gaming on other people's streams every Saturday, and you had to pull back a little bit. I've done that burnout. Ugh, that grind is fucking atrocious. What do you got, my love?
So we're not gonna go to a Dungeons and Dragons stream or a tabletop RPG stream because the only other person is the Liching Hour, and he's about to end.
Okay.
We're gonna go to one of our new followers who is a Threads friend.
Cool.
Miss Nicole Morgan, who is playing The Outer Worlds.
As a MSNICOLE.
MISSNICHOLE.
MORGAN.
Yep.
All right, cool. Then there we go. All righty. That's going to kick off in just a couple of seconds there. Erin always chooses like the best streamers to go into, and typically it would be Liching Hour or Potchfad, depending upon the time of day or what have you. But either way, guys, have an absolutely amazing time. Honey, I love you. Thank you so much for gaming with me.
I love you. I'll see you in a
it.
second so we can be all cuddly and cute.
Yay! I love I do. I'm just tired. I love you guys. Potch, you are fucking amazing. For those of the rest of you who've been joining us, I really appreciate you hanging out. And go out there. Go spread some love. Go get people hugs and stuff and things. Tell horror stories in games. Don't let your life become that. Stay adorable, everyone. We'll see y'all later.